Welcome back, one and all, to Becoming Mighty and Morphin. This is the Power Rangers TTRPG podcast experience, created by Renegade Studios and brought to you by Rem Alternus in our Alternia archives. We have had Session 0, in which our Rangers discovered Zordon, or Zordon discovered them. It's hard to say which really happened. They were all gifted power coins and power armors, some of which they were very excited about, and one of which was like, are you sure this is the right color for me? And yes, Zordon is very sure. And then they were all dropped off unceremoniously at home to their individual places of sleep and leisure. And before we head into this episode's adventure, I would love everyone to give a chance to say hello and say what they've got going on in gaming or in Rem or in life. Let's begin with Isabit, because you're to my left.
I am Elizabeth. I am playing Jane Russell in this Power Ranger campaign. I help out with Rome Alternus as a video editor, and I am also joining the cast of Like Clockwork.
I will head to our lovely Pink Ranger, Britt Kerrigan. Hello, Britt.
Hello. My name is not Britt Kerrigan. My real name is John Blair. I go by Love on the internet. But I will be playing Britt Kerrigan today, a lovable baseball bumbling buffoon.
You did pretty good. You did pretty good in that first session behind that tree, being in the putties without knowing what they were. Like, you did all right.
Yeah, I got this this lethal weapon attached to me, this arm. So,
speaking of having arms, Jester, if you'd love to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Jester. My real name is Patrick Bryant. I will be playing Eddy Thatch. I'm the newly anointed Black Ranger for the team, which is rather interesting, considering part of the namesake for the character was from the Blackbeard character in history and whatnot. I do some work for FUG, and right now we're getting ready to roll into the new con season here for all those things that we're going to do. So.
Also, sometimes if you recognize the voice, you will hear Jester and see Jester on Friday night during our REM chat, especially for world building things like that. We've had a couple of great discussions through there. So moving on from Eddy Thatch, Cecily Adwell is in the building. Hello, Cecily, darling.
Hello! I am Lottie West. I am playing Cecily Adwell, the little bit of a nerdy Ren Fair brat Blue Ranger.
Android, let's give you a chance to introduce that.
Yes. I am Andrew Bryant, also known in the various gaming circles as Roadkill. But yeah, that is me, and I am playing Quentin Turner, of course.
Turner,
the yellow
Ranger. Yes,
yeah,
yellow Ranger.
Thus the shirt.
Oh, I love that.
Shirt.
Yes. No one can see it but us, but Quentin is wearing a yellow shirt, which I very much appreciate. And I am John McDonald. I am your lovable floating fish head tank master Zordon of Eltar, who plucks 5 teenagers with attitude from obscurity and makes them worldwide superheroes, which I'm sure there's nothing wrong with sending kids into the meat grind. I play Panabon on Sunday nights for Like Clockwork, and I'm occasionally a useful offender in Misspent Youth, and I do a million other little things around Brown. We're a pretty fun, comfortable community. If you're looking for a safe place to try new games or to make friends, consider joining us on our Discord. Thank you for listening to us in our podcast format, wherever your podcasts are available. And I think it's about time to get started. Before I do this episode, technically Session 1, Episode 2, because Session 0 is Episode 1. It's very confusing. I understand that. I apologize for that. Rangers, I want you to think of this. You often have trouble getting to sleep. You don't have to answer right away, but think of the question. You often have trouble getting to sleep. So you assume that after you were dropped off at home, and we're picking up right where we left off at the end of last episode, you assume that you're going to go to sleep and it's going to be the next day. And frankly, you really want to sleep because you are exhausted from your nightmare, from all the new information in your brain, from meeting Zordon even. Does anyone still think it's an escape room that you were in? It's some kind of like elaborate senior prank, even like with the power armor. Is anyone still a little skeptical?
I think the being yeeted back to my house helped with that.
Until
Yeah.
I just kind of popped back home.
If it wasn't for the fact, like everyone else is saying, the teleporting, really, the supernatural little bits kind of make it a bit more funky.
Every time I burp, a little bit of pink lightning comes out, and it's freaking me out a little bit.
So you really want to sleep. You are exhausted. You cannot remember ever being so tired. But sleep is only going to arrive fitfully. And yet you do. Hopefully a new day will bring new challenges and maybe less weirdness. And I need everyone to roll me survival and tell me what score that you get for survival.
Jane got a 1.
All right, I'm just going to go in order. Eddy, what did Eddy get?
Eddy Thatch got a
Got a 5. Brick, what did you get?
6.
Got a 6 roll. Wow, high rolling at the beginning of the episode again. It's great. Maybe it's tradition. Cecily, how did you do on your survival?
I got a 20.
Jane, how did you do on your survival?
1.
I got a total of a 6.
You got a 6. So I actually have to have you roll a d20 because you and Brick now have the same scores. So Quentin and Brick, I need you both to roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
All right, I rolled a d20. I got a 17.
12.
Well, very resigned. Well, okay, you are going to go first.
All right.
So, Cecily, do you often have trouble getting to sleep?
I don't. I fall asleep pretty much right after I hit the pillow. My mom fills my pillowcase with hand-picked lavender, so it's pretty easy to just kind of crash.
Okay. Do you often have the same dream 2 nights in a row? Has that ever happened to you before?
Not 2 nights in a row. Like I've had like a recurring, it'd be like a month.
Well, it's happening now. Although you could have sworn the last time you had this dream, which was last night, that it was more realistic. The sky and the dirt on the Jousting Road were not the same color. They were not blue. They were dirt-colored and a lighter blue, sky-colored. You still hear the sound of the blacksmith behind you. You still turn to see if it's there, and there is nothing there but another road. And there is a night horse creature that is galloping toward you yet again.
Well, since I've been here before, I could try to actually like either get on top of it. Like that's what I think I'm going to try to do. I'm trying to get on top of it.
Are you like physically get on top of it, or like
yeah, like I want to ride the horse.
Oh,
like I'm going to ride the horse.
But it's not a. It's a horse person. You can still do that. I just want to clarify that you understand that
okay.
it's a horse and a knight fused together, holding.
I was thinking. Never mind. Nope. Okay, then never mind.
I'm still going to let you if you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's your dream.
It's true. I could. Well, what if I did one of those like moves where you try to like get around their shoulders with your thighs and bring them to the ground?
I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to let you do that using your infiltration. And this case, infiltration also represents sleight of hand and stealth. And so give me infiltration. And
18.
18. Okay. You do this so well that even the weird fused writer person is so amazed they don't really have anything to say about it. They're surprised that you are not considering fear, and they just kind of may laugh at you and they start trying to get up. Give me an alert.
Oh, I got a 4.
Get a 4. You do not notice the thing that you would have noticed otherwise. So you knock over the knight and standing above it. I'm moved a little away.
A little away. Just because I want to be like at the ready, but he's
well,
probably much taller than me.
He is much taller than many people because it's a horse knight hybrid. Anything you would like to do as the horse knight hybrid begins to get up?
Can I look around for? Oh, I have the lance in my hand, right? Or do I not?
You can take the lance if you want. Do you want to take the lance?
I want to take the lance.
Give me a might roll for grappling.
Oh man, I got a 9.
Well, you might still be able to salvage this. Give me an alertness roll.
Okay, I got a 13.
So you got a 13. So you go to try to grab this jousting lance, but your hand can't seem to get purchased. How much do you know about jousting lance?
In real life, I know a decent amount.
So is it weird that you wouldn't be able to grab onto it, or is that like you're used to it?
Yeah, I think you should be able to grab it pretty well, because it is like a wooden piece meant for grabbing.
Yeah, so your hand just kind of keeps slipping, and then at some point you kind of fall back a little bit because you just do like that one big wrenching movement. But it doesn't follow you, and when you fall, you see out of the corner of your eye this kind of column that has appeared out of nowhere that was definitely not there before. And you see on top of this column a sword, and it kind of has that Kingdom Hearts glowy thing to it. It's not a fully realized sword yet. It doesn't look like decorated, but it's definitely a sword in your dream.
Ooh, well, I want to go towards it.
You want to go towards it. I want you to give me an athletics. And athletics here does include running and climbing.
6.
So you start going for the sword, and stupid knight person grabs your leg and anchors you. And as you fall back asleep, the ground beneath you turns into quicksand. And the last thing you see as your vision obscures into blue dirt is the beautiful glowing sword, and you fall back into a fitful sleep. All right, so that was Cecily. That was your dream. Actually, that means Quentin, you're going to go next.
All right.
So, Quentin, 2 questions for you. Do you often have trouble getting to sleep?
Typically, he doesn't really get to sleep all that much. Probably fights a little insomnia every once in a while, but still at least maybe 4 or 5 hours a night.
Then you're probably familiar with the sensation of being exhausted, I would guess. So it's not unfamiliar to you feel. So even though you've had this banner day of beating the Zordon and getting power armor, it's not exactly an abnormal amount of time.
Right. That is a secret he has always picked up.
Doesn't like me when I'm exhausted.
Right.
So then the question I have following that is, have you ever had the same dream 2 nights in a row?
He doesn't normally remember his dreams. Pretty much the dream that he had a couple nights ago or the night before is the first time he's in his memory he's really remembered what it was he dreamt when he woke up. So yeah, it'll be really weird if he ends up dreaming the same dream again.
Well, congratulations, it's really weird. The
I'm at a
major
picnic again.
the major difference with the picnic area, the food is still there, there's still the canyon, but everything is now yellow. The ground is like a gold amber Rod Stewart music video in the 80s kind of wheat thing. The sky looks like that scene from Star Wars Episode 4 where it's not quite night, but there's like 3 suns.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it's like permanent yellow twilight.
Permanent yellow twilight. But everything else is the same. There is an unguarded picnic right now, the other side of that canyon.
I don't have a little man playing notes over at me.
I mean, he wasn't very little.
I pictured. Oh no, he was a Viking guy.
It was a Viking guy, kind of the Christmassy type. So yeah, they are not fair.
I was remembering it worked.
That's fine.
But yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on the side over the canyon because last time I remember, it seemed like he showed up after I ate something. Okay. So I'm going to sit down at one of the picnic tables with my eye on the other side of the canyon and then eat something and see if anything happens.
Give me targeting.
Okay. And,
Are you going to try to bite into the food?
And I rolled the same thing on the d20 I did the first time. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. But
Yeah.
you do, so you don't like see anything out of the corner of your eye, but you do have this delicious buffet of hot dog themed. Everything is hot dogs now, actually. Like it seems like the dream picked up on your desire for hot dogs, and like even stuff that you didn't
They are-
hot
they are-
dogs, it's all hot dogs.
Like the trees and the leaves and everything. Like, is it that level of weird, or
It's just the food. It's just like a smorgasbord of all the type of hot dogs you can think of that you've definitely never seen.
I'll try to go for a plain hot dog, because I'm not sure how much I'm going to branch out in this dream space. All these crazy hot dogs that we got going on.
Oh, right. If I get a hot dog, I want you to give me a pulse.
Culture. Ooh, success!
What did you get?
I got a 10 today.
Got 10. So only half of it turns into sand this time. You actually get a little bit of satisfaction
Hey!
from it. Unfortunately, you don't have much time to enjoy it because that first note is coming over the canyon in about 10 seconds.
I'm going to duck.
You are going to duck. Are you ducking with the intention to hide or just get out of the way?
Get out of the way.
Give me an athletic.
15. Wow.
Get a 15. You duck, and where a moment ago there was one picnic table, now there are 2 picnic tables, and there is a silver note, except for, give me an alert.
Okay. So I got another picnic table here, other than my own.
Well, it got
silver
sliced
note
in half.
coming. Oh, it got sliced in
It got
half.
sliced in half. So now
That's
there's
what
2
made it
instead of
into
1.
2 picnic tables. I
That's-
see.
that's-
Yes. I got an 8, so that one was a hit.
That one was a failure, but it's not a complete failure. You know, for that silver note for dust effect changes a little, and it looks like it transforms into a dagger or kind of like a claw. Or something. But just as it for a second, and then it goes back to being a silver note, a C-sharp as it were, because
Okay.
Vikings are nothing if not standard. But you have a Viking on the other side of the canyon, and you have a silver note. It hasn't disappeared.
I will try to grab for the silver note and try to carefully see if I can grab it in the middle without cutting myself.
Okay, give me a might.
Might. Yeah, that's bad. That's
So-
a fumble.
You reach out to touch it with your score of 1.
Yes.
And
no skill.
and no skill. So what happens is, and you're not sure exactly how to process this.
Yeah. I am no Eddy, that's for sure.
The second you reach out to touch the note, your hand turns into sand,
No.
and then your arm turns into sand.
I'm gonna try to clench the part of my arm as it goes to sand, see if that stops it with the other hand.
It does nothing.
Oh no.
I'm going to give you another chance if you want to do it. It hasn't disappeared yet.
Yes.
Okay?
Come on. Yes, success. I got an 11 that time.
You got an 11. You actually find a section in the center that you can put, like it has like a little handle grabby thing in
Awesome.
the center of the pound sign that is the sharp. And you now have this thing, and you have a Viking creature on the other side of the canyon.
Does my arm come back? The other one?
No, you only have one arm. You only
Oh,
need
no.
one.
I'm gonna look over at the Viking and be like, now what?
Yeah.
I got a 7.
You got a 7. So the Vikings flute recorder violin thing turns into a set of bagpipes. Not impressed at all.
Okay. Does the C sharp that I'm holding look like it's kind of an instrument in any way?
It is a silver C sharp music note that you are holding by the pound sign.
Right, but it's not like it's got a mouthpiece area or any little tiny holes or anything. Now that I see it a little closer.
Give me a culture, and if you have a specification in grid lore.
Ooh, I do not.
Okay, then give me a culture roll.
Critical success, apparently. I got a 13.
Okay, so you've
But
been holding.
rolled the max number in the skill. That's fine. Okay.
Great, yeah. No,
Yeah.
so with this 13, how do you feel about bagpipes? You big on bagpipes? You hate bagpipes?
I'm fine with bagpipes.
You're fine
As
with
me,
bagpipes?
as a player, yeah.
As a player? Weaponized bagpipes, so maybe not so. Like for some reason, this Viking dude has interrupted your hot dog feast,
Mm-hmm.
and so like there's a surge of energy down to your remaining arm, your remaining hand, and you get yellow lightning, and the C-sharp note turns into a dagger in your hand. The dagger is specifically made for you.
Oh.
Perfect weight. It looks like the sharpest dagger you've ever seen. It's not exactly yellow. It's still more silver, so it's not perfect to your brand yet. But you have a dagger in your hand that has magically been transformed by your willpower, essentially.
Oh. And then biking with the bagpipes across the canyon.
Yeah, if you want to use targeting to throw that dagger, now's the time to do it.
That's kind of what I was feeling. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna try my best to will the dagger across the canyon at the Viking.
It's a deep canyon, but it's not tall.
11.
You get an 11, and you aim, and it slices right into the bagpipe. There is that kind of fun, immature farty sound as air is being
As
released.
they aired.
But that air being released also creates a blackness that cascades out, and everything turns dark. You're not being mocked by the Viking, but as they disappear, they kind of glare at you, and you fall back to sleep.
Oh, all right.
Fall back to sleep. Okay. All right.
So
and
many existential questions. That's true.
so many questions. And then Brick, you're going to be up next. So Brick, you usually have trouble getting to sleep.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Pretty awful. So
Is
are
that a
you-
running thing between a lot of the people here, or is it just me and Brick?
I think it's just you and Brick.
Okay.
Cecily's fine. No, actually, no. Eddie did Eddie go?
Eddie hasn't gone yet.
I have not
Oh.
announced yet.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, not everyone can have lavender under their pillow, Cecily.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, sorry.
No, it's good. It's one of those things where it's so what keeps you up at night, Brick?
Just the existential dread of trying to, Brick's got so much riding on his plate, you know what I mean? He's trying to get into a good school. He's trying to maintain his grades. He's trying to make sure that he's, got his baseball stuff going in the right direction. So, there's a lot keeping him up. Even though he's exhausted from practicing and, all that other stuff, his mind's just racing with anxiety.
Is this anxiety helped or hindered if you have, I don't know if you do this, do you have dreams that are similar night to night? Have you ever had an encore the dream before?
Every once in a while, but they're usually like stress dreams about things, probably like in a baseball game without any pants on or something,
Well, luckily, you're wearing pants in this. Unluckily, you seem to be back at that, outdoor bazaar from last night, but now everything is pink. The sand is pink, the walls of the outdoor bazaar are pink, the baskets are pink, the sky is pink, everything is pink. You are back in the bazaar once again.
Great. Well, let's see. There are shops. There are people selling wares at this bazaar.
There are, yes.
Okay. Well, I think bazaar makes me think of the desert, so I'm thinking I'm a little parched. So I'm gonna go up to a merchant at this bazaar and ask for some water.
The bazaar attendant holds up what looks like a canteen. I want you to give me an alert.
Failure 5.
You do not notice right away that what is coming out of this canteen is pink.
I start drinking the sand, realizing it's sand, and then I start spitting it out. And I yell at the attendant, I'm like, "What's this all about? You trying to play a joke on me or something? Sandman."
Give me an intimidation and then a survival.
Oh, I rolled that with a snack on it. That was I got a 5 on that.
Get a 5. So the attendant just goes, not yet, young man. Not so brave without your friends, are you? Give me a survival.
Oh my gosh, 3. I am not doing well.
So you know
bizarre.
how you tried spitting out the sand, right? Well, it's not going anywhere. It is slowly starting to rise above your foot. And the attendant at the bazaar has not recorked the canteen, and so there is more sand, and you are slowly becoming a sand sculpture, really, more or less. Is about it.
Okay. I'm going to try and, since it's starting at my foot, I'm going to try and kick with my foot that is currently being swallowed by sand. See if I can get it out of there.
Give me acrobatics.
Oh, okay. 16. All right.
Okay, that's a great kick. That's like a Christmas time at Rockefeller Center thing. It's such a good kick that as the sand slides up, I'm actually going to give it to you because that's so good. You notice on the do you play a lot of video games, Rick?
Every once in a while, maybe with my teammates.
So you know how in either in Kingdom Hearts or in a war video game, sometimes there'll be ammo or there'll be something on top of somewhere that you need the time to get to. So you see pink thunderbolts on top of this bizarre structure.
All right. Well, I did so good at kicking that I think I'm going to jump up onto this bizarre structure, try and climb up there, maybe get a leg up on this guy's bench or whatever he's selling his wares on.
And give me athletics. And athletics in this universe, athletics contains climbing, running, sport activity that doesn't target swimming, throwing, and hurling.
16.
Do you remember what it was like? It's just a few hours ago, but memories fading of being in Zordon's presence a little bit because you're a teenager. But do you remember that thrill of that power armor coming onto you, like the way it made you amped up, the way you feel by yourself? The closer and closer you get to these thunderbolts, you start feeling that. Give me an acrobatics to see if you get all the way.
9.
You wanted it too bad, and you slipped just.
I got a little cocky.
You're holding on by one hand and you're swinging. So you can either reach out to grab them, or you can pick the bazaar attendant with your foot. Really.
I'm gonna try and reach them one more time. They're the key to giving this attendant a piece of my mind.
Give me alert.
Fumble. I got a 3 on that.
You reach out for them, and your hand just goes through it like it's a mist instead of an actual, tangible object. And as you reach for it, this pink mist starts swirling around, and you just hear the bazaar person, as this kind of pink sandstorm comes through, goes, "No, no, no, not yet." And your vision goes pink, and you fall back asleep. Just like that. And so that was Brick, and now it is time for Eddy. Hello, Eddy. Do you often have trouble getting to sleep?
No, actually, I don't. I sleep rather easily, almost to the point where some folks will joke they kind of have a power save mode or a off switch in my butt. But historically, I've been very, very light sleep. However, ever since my father passed away, that has kind of changed. to the point where I guess like the same little triggers that would wake me up at a moment's notice aren't really being triggered anymore, and I tend to end up being a little bit more dead to the world.
So how do you do with being exhausted?
Well, being exhausted would probably be a situation where I wouldn't really realize how tired I may or may not be until I sit down or until I relax, and then I'm just fine.
So you've had a very big day, so you are exhausted, you've been told you're going to be a Power Ranger, but like, what does that mean, right? Like, you're apparently going to have like an animal spirit and some armor. It's very, it's hard to like describe how it feels to you unless you want to try to describe how the idea of being a Power Ranger feels. As
of this moment, it really hasn't set in. Nothing's really kind of realized or provided a terrible amount of context to exactly what that could imply.
Okay. So you sleep. Do you ever have the same dream 2 nights in a row?
Eddy doesn't commonly dream, or if he does, he really doesn't recall them. Regardless of his ability to kind of just sleep all the time, it always seems to be just kind of this blank little space.
Well, you're having the same dream you were having. You're back in the Hall of Mirrors. The floor is foggy. There are a whole bunch of blank mirrors. But this time, the walls that may or may not be breathing are black with like purple lightning into it. And you are in a Hall of Mirrors again.
Okay, a little less on the creep factor with the breathing, but as the smoke effects and the lightning machine kind of keep, as you do in any kinds of this, I'm just going to haphazardly explore.
Great, give me infiltration.
I have rolled a 15.
You have rolled a 15. You know, the first time you were in this room, you didn't notice the shadow hopping from mirror to mirror the more that you moved. This time, it doesn't look like something that should have a claw, but it doesn't look like much of anything either. It is kind of a shadow that is hopping from mirror to mirror, like it's waiting for you to approach the mirror.
Definitely curious about it. I'm going to try to get a better look at it, get closer to it, or essentially kind of follow where it's hopping along to.
It has hopped into a mirror that is directly on your left.
I will turn to my left. I will try to take a look around and see if I can get catch sight of it again.
Give me an alert.
And I've rolled another 15.
You rolled a 15. So there is a shadow. But more importantly, you notice inside the shadow is this outline of a woman cackling that is dressed in white.
In the shadow?
In the shadow. So it's like you see the shadow and there's a reflection in the shadow of the shadow.
I'm going to kind of like squint my eyes a little bit, maybe blink a couple times. Try to make sure that I am in fact seeing kind of what my brain thinks I'm seeing.
Give me a culture. And culture in this case contains what is called grid lore, which is knowledge of the Morphin grid and all of both magic and astronomy.
I had 18 this time. Man, I'm old.
You got an 18. You turn around because she is pointing behind you, and there isn't. Well, it's not a column. It's kind of more of an altar, and there is, for lack of better terminology, a hand axe sitting on top of this column.
Okay, so I'm going to look back behind me again. Do I still see the woman apparition, or?
The woman in the shadow, in the mirror, are both still there. They are floating there. They are waiting for you to make a choice.
I just kind of like raise my shoulders. Okay, creepy lady, we got column with axe in room of zappy mirrors. This is very clear as to what you want me to do, obviously.
What would you like to do?
Whereabouts is like her attention fixated at the moment? Is it on me? Is she kind of like, is she focused on something else in the room?
You only see the outline of her. You do not see her. You only know it's a her, or you assume it's a her because the voice is more feminine, more cackling. Not Rita, but maybe not Rita. It's really hard to tell. It's a cackling woman.
I'm gonna go over to the altar and get a look at this axe or the situation around you.
Give me a might roll, and you are grappling.
15.
So you turn around and actually hear it, so you can avoid it. The eye, arm, claw thing from last time that took you by surprise does not take you by surprise this time. It seemed like it was going for you with intention to stop you from getting to the altar, to the axe, but its aim was off, so it ended up like to the right of you.
With that impression that it was attempting to stop me, I'm going to do what the weird evil claw thing doesn't want me to do, and I'm going to get closer to the axe.
That is great. Give me culture again for grid lore.
I got a 4 this time.
It's an axe. I mean, it doesn't look supernatural or anything.
It's not like in a pool of blood or anything super crazy or anything, right? And maybe just like a little bit of dust, cobwebs or something, but...
It doesn't look, you thought upon first glance it looked really grand, really cool. It was kind of with your kind of new color scheme you've got going on. You don't wear a lot of black or blue or anything like that. But on closer inspection, it's just kind of looks more like one of those meat cleavers you might see a person use or like a stuff on TV. And the woman just, her tackling gets higher and harder, and she's just like, you're being laughed at. You are being literally laughed.
Well, that's not very nice. I really have no idea what's going on and what's so funny about this. And I'm also at the same time, I'm trying to keep an eye out for that hand thing. If I can see it around anywhere.
So we're going to keep that 7.
Sounds good.
The eye, arm, claw thing is going to sweep your legs out from under you.
Ah, poop.
And your last thing you see before you fall asleep is this axe. Give me an alertness. I'm going to give you a second shot.
It's not like the axe falling off the pedestal or anything crazy like that.
Not falling off the pedestal, but your eyes are drawn to it. So give me an alert.
14.
You were wrong. It looked for a second, and you're not sure why it did this, but for a second it just looked like this kind of weird meat cleaver plain axe. But as you are kind of falling through this weird, gooey, black-purple floor thing, whatever's happened to you, the axe looks like, and this is really weird to say, a friend, a companion. Like, this is something
Axe-bro.
Yeah, Axe-bro. This is an Axe-bro moment. And you're actually a little heartbroken that you weren't able to reach out and touch it. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that way, Eddy, but like, something in your heart breaks a little. Fall back to sleep. That is time.
That one game system that got away.
One game system that got away. One real call. And Jane, it is time for you to let me know you often have trouble.
Yes, she has a hard time turning off her head, so she will a lot of times get up and draw or paint or read until she can fall asleep.
Well, sadly, you don't really seem to have the energy to use any of that. Usually it's just not working. Maybe it's the Zordon head in a tank thing, the Red Ranger call to leadership. Maybe it's that it was just a weird day. There were putties. Nothing really seems to be working. You're exhausted. None of your tricks really seem to work for you. You're trying so hard. Have you ever had a similar dream 2 nights in a row?
Not usually.
Well, you're having that now. And I don't know about you, but there's something about a barracks at midnight where you kind of prefer it to be black with the shadows, but instead this is like, you've got that, but everything is different shades of red. There are still shadows. There's still a giant fire pit in the middle of the floor. There's still sirens going off that don't seem to connect anything. But then somehow, like, everything is red. How do you feel about that?
A lot calmer than I did the first time I had this dream. I feel like the color red is almost calming to me at this point.
And you start hearing that flapping.
Looking around, do I see where it's coming from?
If you give me alertness, I'll let you know if you see where it's coming from.
Ooh, I got a 22.
You got a 22. It is time to minute coming from everywhere all at once, but it's coming from, there's a place in military barracks where there's often like a gun rack type of thing. And so it's actually coming over from where weapons would be. And it's actually offset from the room itself. It's closer to the edge of the room than it is where you are.
Okay. I want to head in that direction.
Head in that direction. Give me acrobatics.
I got a 3.
You get a 3. The flapping red fire sphinx lava pit monster does not like that you didn't fall for the trick the second time, and their claws come swooping out, and they don't grab you, but they trip you.
Can I try to roll out of the way, or with my 3, do I just automatically get tripped?
You automatically get tripped. In the Power Ranger game universe, it's what's called a fumble. It's not a true failure, it's more of a fumble. So I'm going to say you fumbled that, and you are on the pitch. You hit the deck.
Okay. I am going to get up and try to keep going in the direction that it does not want me to go.
Give me an acrobatics to see if you actually get it.
I rolled a 9.
You scramble, and you're in that like Heisman Trophy award winner position where your knee is kind of out, and your like arms are up at an angle. I need you to give me a might for the grapple because the claw of the Sphinx Creature is going to try to grab.
Ooh, I got another 22.
For whatever reason, you're a little pissed off that you recognized it, and yet it still managed to like get the drop on you and send you tumbling. And you make your way over to this weapon rack, but what is on this weapon rack is not the normal shooting weapons that it would normally have, but there is it has a specific name. It's called a grappler or a man catcher, and essentially it's a pole with a sort of mechanical circle on the end of it with serrated edges on the inside. At least that's what it looks like to you. And with that 22, that critical success, you know this belongs to you. And you know it's important. You don't quite know why, but this weapon is not here by accident. As far as red goes, it's actually got some gold in it. It makes it look rather recent. Yeah, so the monster growls the sound of fire, which, because it's the dream, makes it but the monster does not like that action, even on its grapple.
I would like to pick it up and turn to face monster.
Got 22 on. I'm going to let you do that without any roll. And you can decide if you're going to take action, if you're going to try to intimidate things. They are still mostly in the lava pit of fire. So really up to you if you want to.
I am going to aim it at the monster, and I'm going to say, in hopefully my fiercest voice, what do you want from me?
I want you to do a performance roll for that.
I got a 15.
You got a 15, and you hear the creature inside go, "You're meant to be alone, Jane. You don't need anyone else. Look at you, you're strong. You can do it all on your own. You don't need anyone but you. Come on, don't you want to hit me with that?"
No, you're wrong. I'm stronger with my friends. I'm not stronger alone.
You say that now, but you have no idea what's coming. You think Zordon's going to make you stronger than me? And then out of the fire pit comes giant lava sphinx fire monster, and they definitely want you to attack. Like they're doing their like, come on, come at me, bra stance. This is the total come at me, bra moment.
I know that it wants me to fire, and I feel like that's the wrong decision to make.
Also, the grappler man catcher doesn't fire. It grabs on it. So it's actually a close two-handed murder.
Okay. Is it coming at me?
It is not. It is standing there. It looks like it's going to, but it is like paused.
I don't want to attack it. I feel like that's the wrong decision. That's what it wants me to do. I'm going to say I don't expect Zordon to make us stronger. I expect us to make us stronger together as a group. not one person or one thing can't make us stronger. It's our bond that makes us stronger.
Give me intimidation.
13.
The Sphinx fire monster does not like that answer. They actually swipe at you. They're angry now. They're actually enraged at the thing you just said. Like, they just swipe at you. Give me a conditioning roll.
I got a 2.
For your hubris of deciding your friends are more important than attacking this Sphinx monster, you get cold cocked on the side of your head. And the last thing, as you fall asleep again, you're still holding on to the grappler man captain. That probably needs a better name than those two things. But you're holding on to it, or rather it's holding on to you. But you fall back to sleep with that question kind of running in your brain. So you've all had these dreams, and you sleep the rest of your night, but it's kind of like that first night after you had the dream. You still wake up kind of groggy. It still feels like you ate a whole bunch of sand, or in Quentin's case, half a sand, because you got half a hot dog that time.
Right,
So
right. I
you're
still
a
remember
little-
deliciousness of the hot dog.
It was actually like a really fancy German kielbasa too, so it wasn't just like a normal hot dog. It was like it was like you could put some spicy mustard on this and have like an Oktoberfest sort of jam going on.
That's what you turn to sand? Evil person.
I turned half of it to sand, but
Hey, I
they're the one
saved
that
half
rolled.
of it. All right.
They're the one that rolled.
Yeah, that's fair.
You wake up, you're a little groggy, and each person hears this individually, and we're going to go in the same order for how to respond to this. Wake up. You don't want to be late for your last day of junior year. Come down for breakfast. You've just heard this. Cecily, how do you respond?
I am going to be absolutely shocked and kind of just like look in the mirror and see, like, do I look the same? Like, what's going on? Am I still in the dream? Maybe like a comical slap to my face. And then I'll go, I'm on my way down.
Wonderful.
And-
We have oatmeal ready for you down here because your family, are they an oatmeal like breakfast family?
Yeah. Yeah, they can eat oatmeal.
Would you have like a special breakfast that you
Well, I
have
said
for...
they do have like eggs a lot because I said they have chickens. So
your father is going to tell you to go get some eggs from the chicken because it's a special day. It's the last day of junior year, and it's the longest you've ever been out of school. So they want to mark the occasion with eggs, and they give you the exact number of eggs you got yesterday that they want to.
okay, I'll do it. It's just gonna be like I'm just gonna be like making a face like what?
Give me, because you're a teenager, as much as you are a zesty, fun kind of teenager. Give me a performance skill. They're called skills.
Oh, I got a failure.
Yeah, you get a side eye from your parent. They don't say anything, but you don't get. I think it was your dad kind of caught you off guard fencing with you.
Yeah, he like hit me in the face by accident.
You maneuver out of the way of that this time, but it happens again.
Okay, so we're in a time loop.
Maybe. Quentin, you have the same thing happen to you.
All right. I'm at home and everything. Wake up. I hear one of my parents call out to me and everything.
Yeah, they say whatever they would say to alert you
Right.
that it is your last day of junior year. They say that thing because I'm not going to try to do a voice for.
Right.
character.
Right. Yeah. I felt like, yeah, I'll be right down. Try to kind of get myself together a little bit.
Don't forget you got that Algebra 2 test to worry about. You know, it's important to do well.
Yeah.
What was that, sweetie?
No, nothing. I should be pretty ready for it. Yeah. I'm normally good at math, remember?
I hope you're good this time because it standardizes your placement for your senior year math class. We want you to do well.
Of course. And I'll head on down and see how they're doing this morning and try to see if it feels the same as yesterday morning.
It does. In fact, there's the same number of granola bars as there were yesterday. Like, because you took one and you ate one, but it's almost
Right.
as if you didn't do that.
And probably the one that I grabbed yesterday morning is still sitting in the exact position and everything all creepily.
It's not mocking you, but like, if you get paranoid about that sort of thing, you might wonder what's going on.
Do I have enough time to make breakfast before leaving?
Did you have enough time the first time?
No.
Then you don't have enough time.
I'm going to
Seems
grab
like
a granola bar and start hoofing it to school.
But you do still have like
Yeah.
half of a hot dog case, so it's not quite as fancy.
Right,
but
right.
It's still like
Yeah.
whole nature, and it's not a big kind of food.
Yeah, after he grabs the granola bar and heads out the door for a moment, he'll stop and be like, wait, I don't have my backpack at all. And he runs back in real quick, grabs it, heads out, still disoriented from pretty much the whole situation.
Doing that other thing that you didn't do the first time, like your parents that's having like coffee or whatever they're doing, they kind of shake their head like something was off about that. You
Okay.
came back in the room, but this is very momentary lapse, like they're having a case of Dejavu and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to like file that away in the back of my head and head off to school.
Head off to school. Rick, you have been informed it is again the last day of junior year, and again that Algebra 2 test that, if you recall, you bummed last time. It looks like you might have an opportunity to make up for a mistake from your past.
Try this again, huh? Okay. Well, I wake up, I'm a little groggy. I say to myself that I have to stop eating spicy food before bed. It's never good. I'm getting these weird dreams, and I feel the taste of sand in my mouth. I don't like that either.
It does taste like pink sand, which is different than regular sand, by the way.
Specifically pink sand.
It's specifically pink sand.
Little,
it's like
Kind of
aquarium
like the
sand
difference
almost.
between salt and pink salt.
And
okay, well, I sort of mumble, like, yeah, I'll be down in a minute. Go downstairs, and
hey, I want you to give me an alert when you're left.
yeah, no, that's what I figured. Not very alert right now. I got a 2.
That is true. Okay, well, that remains to be seen what that means. I think your dad probably mentioned something. It's your dad. I don't know how big on sports your mom is, but your dad seems to be big on sports. So your dad is like, get him, slugger. Whatever your dad might say. I'm not a good sports fan.
No, it's okay. Get him. No, it's okay. Neither am I on this character. Yeah, Dad, get him, Slugger. I'll make sure to do that for you. I know how important this is. Okay, I gotta go now. I'm gonna miss my bike ride to the school.
You will not notice this, but you will notice it after the test that on the back of your backpack, your dino buckler has clipped itself to the back of your backpack. You will not notice that yet. You will notice it after you have completed. Eddy, you have just been told that you are living the last day of junior year again, and you're living it. It's a Groundhog Day scenario. Maybe. Who knows? But it's definitely the last day of junior year.
I'm going to feel incredibly disoriented. Just kind of generally assume that I must have been imagining the whole like deja vu type feeling, and try to go about my morning as normal.
All right. Yeah. Is there anything special you want to say when you want to finish it?
Not anything terribly special. I mentioned just kind of go about the morning. Maybe even kind of have like one of those moments where I happen to remember that someone asked for something, and then I kind of like handed to them like a half moment a little bit earlier or something. Kind of like one of those deja vu moments.
Yeah. Leaning into the deja vu, I'm going to give you a story point. And for just a moment, on the side of your vision, you're going to see your power coin blink onto a nearby shelf for you to grab.
I'm gonna grab it, put it away, try to do so in a manner that's not like horribly awkward, but probably fail horribly.
I'm actually so this is you do not fail. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but you are able to grab it and it is not noticed by anybody else.
Okay. Obviously, I probably don't really notice too terribly well that the flow. Other people haven't really seen it, so with that, just a little bit of sharp awareness to what we were told before, like no one can know kind of thing, and just kind of settling in a little bit of that weird reality, but not reality kind of thing. I'm just gonna like leave and start walking to school.
Give me a pulse rate.
I got a 15. I'm getting a lot of those today.
You can't explain it. You don't feel energized, but having your power points that go through makes you feel not funny, you're not overconfident, but you feel more like yourself. Like you might be tired, you may potentially notice the days out there, but the power point makes you feel like a piece of yourself you were missing is back. And it's like you didn't know you were missing it until you had it. And Jane, I want you to give me an alert.
At 23?
23, you wake up and you were actually, at some point in your sleep, your buckler and your power coin, like your coin went into your buckler and you wake up holding it, like just in your hand. Nothing has happened with it. You don't wake up in armor, but you woke up holding it almost like you were holding your grappler man.
I just kind of wake up and try to shake off the dream and then realize that I'm holding my coin in this buckler. And I just kind of sit up and try to think back. Did I have this when I laid down? Did I lay down with this? No, I don't think I laid down with this. I don't know where it came from.
With that 23, I'm going to say wherever you left it after you got home last night, in the day that you're apparently living again, you're not really actually sure. Wherever you put it, you didn't fall asleep with it. So you're definitely sure that it moved at some point during which could be very disconcerting depending upon how you feel about inanimate or inanimate objects.
Yeah, she's a little weirded out at the fact that she did not go to sleep with this in her hand and then she woke up that way. She kind of puts it down, gets ready for school really quick, and then goes back and picks it back up and puts it in her bag to take with her because she just feels like if she woke up with it, that she needs to have it on her.
Do you have breakfast? Do you have family you help get ready? Like it's chaos? How is morning?
It's normally pretty chill. I live with my grandparents at the moment. So my grandmother always gets up early and cooks a big breakfast and gets annoyed that I don't actually sit down to eat the big breakfast. I just kind of like grab a muffin or a bagel as I'm headed out the door because I'm typically late. So it's, just my grandparents sitting down, having breakfast, coffee, make sure you have all your books, did you do your homework, that sort of thing, as I'm rushing out the door to get to school.
Not going to sit down to join them?
Sure. Because I don't remember doing that last time, so I'll do that this time.
I'm going to give you a story point for doing something different. That means a great deal to your family. They're shocked to kind of see you sit down, but your grandmother smiles and she kind of looks at you and goes, "You look tired but healthy this morning. Did you have a good sleep?"
I did. I had weird dreams.
Or are you nervous about your test? You shouldn't be nervous. You're very smart.
No, I'm not nervous. I just that feeling that you've already done something. I feel like I've already done this test. And it's just, I don't know, the dream, it's just kind of throwing me off this morning.
Like last week when I made those stuffed peppers 2 nights in a row because I forgot that we had so many of the peppers.
Exactly. They were delicious though, so it was okay.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it was my mother's recipe. It's a lot that we can share and what we're doing. It's so nice to see you be able to get that. And hopefully you'll make some wonderful friends today, especially because it's the end of your junior year. It's very exciting. You're blossoming into a lovely young woman.
Thank you. And she kind of blushes a little. I feel like I made some friends recently. I don't know. It's all very, I don't know. I just feel very weird this morning. Don't mind me.
No,
and she just kind of laughs it off.
Like they don't openly weep into their breakfast, but they are very pleased and they hope that this is like a good portent of the day. And because you did this, I'm actually going to give you, along with that third one, I'm going to give you edge on. What did I have you last time? I'm going to give you. Give me an edge on whatever. Everyone is going to roll whatever your highest mark is for the Algebra 2 test that you took yesterday. But you're all taking it again!
Woohoo!
True high school nightmare. Everybody's taking your Algebra 2 test again.
Our highest smarts.
Highest.
And you said I have edge?
Yes, Dane, you get edge.
One question I had was, since Quentin is a little bit of a socialite, did he have any knowledge of, possibly, of what route Rick takes to school?
Ooh. Actually, give me, and then I'll have everyone call out their Algebra 2 scores. Give me Streetwise. Streetwise involves transportation skills.
Yeah. Success.
What was that success?
15.
So 15, the jocks all kind of take one route to school. Some of them might like cut through an alley. A couple of them have cars.
Mm-hmm.
But you vaguely recall that you've seen Britt on kind of the jock route to school before, and you don't really live that far from it.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm going to change my normal route for my walk to school and kind of run to catch up to his path on the way to school if I can, to kind of intercept him on the way to school.
All right, Britt. Quentin is intercepting you on your way to school. Do you walk to school with others? Do you drive to school? How do you get to school?
I would think that he has a bike. I ride my bike to school.
Okay, while you're riding your bicycle, a la Queen, here comes Quentin, which is maybe the first time you've ever seen him on this path.
And I'll be like sitting there like, hey, Rick.
Hey, I haven't seen you on this route before. What's going on?
Yeah. I wanted to catch up with you on the way to school. We have that big algebra test. I was wondering if you wanted any last minute help, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. It's weird though. Do you feel like I feel like I've taken this test already.
Really?
Do you feel the same way?
I feel like I've been having one really long dream or something, and
I could have sworn yesterday I woke up and went to school and totally bombed a test, and now I'm going back to another day where I'm taking a test, and hopefully I don't bomb it this time.
Well, that's what I thought happened in my ridiculously long dream, which I normally don't remember. Which is why I was wondering if you wanted any last minute pointers or something to help.
I mean, yeah, I'll take anything you got, man, for sure.
Sure. And I'll just try to give him a couple little bits of insight on the way to school.
I want you both of you give me a alert.
All right. 16.
Also 16.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
So at some point you end up behind Brick, maybe you're ruffling around for a bag or something. You notice his dino buckler, but not his power plant. His dino buckler is really strapped to the back of his backpack, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice buckler, and of Brick, you notice Quentin's buckler either on his belt or like it appears on his wrist, like you build it to be noticed.
Oh.
But the coins are not there.
Okay.
The bucklers are there, but the coins are not.
Gotcha.
Okay, so maybe I'm not going crazy. I have one of those too.
Yeah, it's on your backpack. Wait, have one of what? And I'm going to look down at where mine supposedly is.
You felt the weight of it, like it has,
Yeah.
like it's not like
Right.
heavy like metal, but like there was nothing there, and then there's something there, like you feel it.
Yeah. Like, oh.
I don't remember where I put mine though. Where?
Yours is on your backpack.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
I'll point it out to him and be like,
Thank you.
interesting, I got mine
So
on
this-
my belt there.
Happened, right? There was like a head guy,
Yeah, and there was
And-
clay things.
but we fought those clay guys, and I was throwing beamers at those things.
Yeah, you were doing pretty good, I remember.
And then we got transported to that place.
Yeah.
And so, what is this? Okay, like a blur.
Yeah, this is all very surreal. I mean, I don't know how your morning's been going so far as how close to yesterday it was, but one thing was a little different for me, and I feel like my parents almost glitched out on me.
Yeah, I
Like-
usually don't.
Yeah.
I usually try to get out of my house as quick as possible because I gotta try and get to school.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like we're kind of walking doing the same things. So
Do you
Maybe
think
we-
any of the other three are going through the same thing?
I mean, if the two of us are doing it, they must also. Something must be going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't try and find them before we all get to school.
If we can, do you know where they normally are before class? Or, I mean, is Eddy's an athletic guy, right?
No.
So like Eddy doesn't even play like hacky sack. and
Yeah, yeah.
does the school is,
What
that's
does
what
Eddy?
that
What are
last.
his activities at the school?
Probably the heaviest thing he carries around is a large stack of playing cards for various different games.
Okay, so he's mainly a gamer at the school and everything.
Oh yeah. Well,
Not involved in any extracurriculars or any other Nick like clicks, I guess you would say.
yeah. Despite a lot of the coaches try to recruit him a lot because he's legitimately a strong kid. It's just the fact that there's very little coordination in that body.
Okay.
And I'm going to say in Angel Grove High School, much like in my high school was, people that play card games and things like that tend to hang out in the main cafeteria. Angel Grove is big enough that it has a couple different seating options, there's indoor, outdoor.
Our lockers are like all different.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In the same hallway.
Maybe if we can just try to get to our lockers really quick, we'll be there by the time they get there.
Jane and Cecily.
Meanwhile, at their lockers.
I actually want you to roll a culture for me to see if Brick and Quentin meet either.
Out of 10.
I got an 8.
All right.
So, Jane,
Yeah,
your
you have to
shoelace becomes untied at the flagpole on your way in. It's very inconvenient, but as you are finishing tying your shoe, who should you see out of the corner of your eye but Quentin and Brick walking together, which would be unusual had it not been for yesterday.
Hey, Jane, how you doing? Shoe
Weird.
problems?
How are you doing?
Weird. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, wait. Quentin, stop talking.
Yeah.
Jade, do you have one of these? And I pull out my buckler and I show it to them.
This day is just getting weirder and weirder, and I'm gonna reach into my
Wait,
dresser bag.
Yours
and
is
pull it
red,
out.
isn't it?
How'd you know?
That's what I remember
Yeah, and then I pull it out and show it.
today.
Your coin is no longer
Yesterday,
on your
today, though.
buckler. The coin's not there, but the buckler.
This morning there was a coin in here, but it's not it.
Oh, mine didn't have a coin in it. Did yours have a coin in it, Quentin?
No, I haven't found a coin yet. Are you missing something?
I
don't
I
know.
woke up holding this, and the coin was on it, and it was there when I put it in my bag. And I'll look into my I'll put my bag on the ground and try to rifle through it to look for the
Does the
coin.
buckler look like there's a spot to insert a coin in it with the way it's designed now that I look at it?
Yes. So anyone that's seen
It
my
would
Morphin Power
fit in the
Rangers,
center of it, right?
It
Yeah.
fits in the center. There's like a circle where it fits perfectly.
Yeah, it does look like something belongs.
Yeah, it's not in my bag. I don't know what happened to it, but I swear it was there when I woke up this morning.
I have a quick aside. When we got these did we get these from Zordon yesterday, or did they just kind of like appear on our bodies today?
You got them from Zordon yesterday as an aside.
Yeah.
As the GM, I will say
We
that
did
I
get
think
them
I
right. You
remember
did give them to us,
That
right?
happened with the armor and everything, I thought.
It
Or
happened
not the armor, but yeah,
When you told us
the
what
color
we were, we
announcement.
got them.
Yeah.
You got a coin and you got a buckler, but again,
Yeah.
they are magical coins. So
Right.
things are want to happen.
Oh,
Believe
okay.
me.
I guess it's more-
Yeah.
The confusion is part of it. So-
Right, exactly.
Okay. So
Jane, do you happen to know where Eddy is playing a card game right now? Or are we just
yeah,
catching up
have you
with him
seen
at the
Eddy
locker?
and Cecily
Yeah.
anywhere? We gotta
I
find them.
haven't.
Yeah.
You're the only two that I've seen so far. I just got here.
Where do the nerds hang out, dude?
As
I know
said
that.
as if you said that, and Siren by Magic, the bell for the sort of
Oh, crap.
of the day ring.
We gotta hurry.
You gotta hurry. You are going to see Eddy and Cecily out of the corner of your eyes, but you're not going to be able to talk to them. And I want everyone to give me the Algebra 2 rolls that I had you roll earlier for
Right.
your test and how you did.
Would this be a science?
But
Good call. on
Yeah, you
science.
did. You said our highest science. Mine was a 17 earlier, by the way.
okay, you got a 17 for science.
Cecily got a 22.
That's great. I love that. Musical 20.
That's good. I'm going to use my physics specialty.
All right, physics
That's
and algebra 2. It works out. Yeah, there was a roller coaster question. On the
Oh, yeah. I got a 14 with a
14?
critical success.
Well, good news, because you'd seen the test the day previously. If you did bad the day previously, you did a lot better this time. Angels are not singing for anyone, because, again, dino buffers. But the benefit of living a day over again, who knew, was getting to redo a test that you previously bombed and did very well on it. And now you're being shepherded and told you haven't cleaned out your lockers, now it's time. And conveniently, the 5 of you have cleaned out your lockers. So convenient, and you're all 5 now able to walk to your lockers.
All right. Okay. So I remember those exact questions yesterday. We're living the
Uh-huh.
same day over again.
Yeah, we're in the matrix right
What do
now
you
or
mean?
something.
I just feel like studying pretty well somehow.
But you remember those questions, like those exact questions in that exact
Yeah,
order.
I mean, how many different types of a way can you ask an algebra question? Wait, don't
and,
answer that.
For
That's
me
a-
to
that's a lot.
notice that,
Wait,
that they're
You-
the same questions.
You play cards, right?
Yeah. Don't.
Did the cards go in
I'm-
exactly the
I
same
just
order?
now realized how silly that statement was. I apologize. that was good. Yeah.
Probability doesn't work that way. Not 2 days in a row.
Cecily, give me an alertness.
I got a 5.
Okay, you don't see it yet.
I do kind of have one question for you guys. Did
Yeah.
any of you guys get like something neat from the pickle head food?
Pickle?
What?
You mean,
You know,
the
like-
floating? Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like-
no, I know. Yeah.
Oh, the pickle. Hey, you call them
Yeah.
a pickle.
What?
I'm not going to give you a snag on it, but like you're in the line.
Are you talking about
A little
Zordon?
comedic relief there. For,
Are we
Actually,
supposed
no.
to be allowed to
Hey,
really even say
You
that?
get a story point for when you make a build like that, right?
yeah. My character. Does.
Oh, Quinn does. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you didn't make that. Joke. You
Exactly.
didn't get it.
Eddy beat me to it. But I honestly didn't think of Picklehead, which is a great one. I gotta get on game a little bit better.
Like, are you sure we're supposed to say like can't talk about it, right? It's like
yeah, well, let me guess. You have a black one.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Hey, Cecily, how you doing?
Cecily's gonna turn around. She's gonna go, "What? I'm so sorry. I'm completely out of it today. What?
Yeah, weird day, right?
I'll say, yeah, super weird." And she's like low key, just like, "Why are you talking to me?"
Okay, Cecily. I know we don't usually talk a lot, but we need to talk about this. And then I gotta pull her in close, and I'm like, "Do you have a weird belt buckle thing with lightning bolts on it?" I'm being as quiet as I can.
She's like,
Y'all
It's
are
like-
alone. Y'all are alone in the hallway by the way.
oh, great.
It's blue, right? Isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
She like reaches into her little side satchel thing and she's like, yeah, that wasn't the weird dream that was happening.
I
Sorry.
don't think so. I think it was real, and I'm freaking out.
Well, hey,
Checking
Brick,
nearby
look at it this
lockers
way.
for like cameras or microphones.
If you're
This
looking
time
at the
you passed
locker,
your test, so that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
totally flunked this yesterday.
yeah.
And
so
thanks to
it's a good
Quentin,
thing.
I remembered the answers that I got wrong. And we also realized that we have these weird belt buckle things.
Yeah.
We gotta find. I think we have to figure out how to find Zordon again.
Well, if the day's going exactly the same, I think we have a picnic to prepare.
Oh right. Wait,
Oh yeah.
who tells us about that? Oh,
Uh,
the principal.
One of the
Have we seen the
teachers.
principal?
Eddie, did you open lockers? Is that what you're doing right now? Are you?
I am terrified that like somehow there's going to be like a candy camera or something having us talk about belt buckles, and then we lose our color power.
Our color powers.
So give me, what is the strongest specialization?
That would be diplomacy and persuasion.
I want you to try to look into a locker that's not yours and do it with diplomacy. Like the locker next.
22.
There are two things in the locker next to yours that belong to you. One of them is the power coin. The other is a round silver apple. You gotta get to that locker.
I'll probably kind of get lost in the moment. The other folks are nearby talking, and possibly with the assumption like no one's like really watching what I'm doing. I'm going to start maybe fiddling with it, and being a relatively strong individual, and kind of get my mindset on something where, like, I'm imagining a little bit of an obsession. Like I got to get that thing. So
So you can do this one of three ways. You can use finesse. You can use infiltration, which is sleight of hand, or you can punch the locker with might. And I'll let you decide how aggro you want to be about this.
the role would be the same for something like infiltration or might. How would you define like attempting to kind of be sneaky about it, but like just like slowly prying into like just kids?
That seems like an infiltration.
Yeah, so infiltration in this universe contains burglary, sleight of hand, shadowing, and stealth. So
Okay, then I'll go with that route.
I'm gonna crack this locker open.
Haha, 4.
You want it too bad. It's like Brick's dream. You wanted it too bad, and a flub in the moment. However,
I'm just saying, damn it, it's that freaking axe all over again.
yep, and that
What?
is everyone's cue to pay attention to it.
Doing
What are you
over
talking
there?
about? Are you trying to break into somebody else's
Axe,
locker?
bro.
Axe, bro?
Like, what?
Or like you have body spray?
Oh, no.
Please don't spray
Whoa.
that. It gives me my.
You think I need it? I mean,
I mean-
didn't.
No, you
Okay.
seem all right.
Okay, good. Because but no,
I could probably use a little. I walked to school today.
you guys know whose locker this is? Because I swear my stuff's.
Look in the locker, Quentin. I want you to give me
I'll-
alertness.
Okay.
That's only because you made a noise. That's why I'm choosing
Oh.
you.
19 total
So you
with
don't
a critical
see-
success.
You don't see Eddie's power coin. You see the same silver watch thing, but
Mhm.
you see your power coin in there.
Your stuff is in there, Eddy? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think mine is too. Is this anybody's locker here by chance, or do we gotta? I feel like this is an escape.
You guys
room
gonna
now.
make me break open this locker?
Yes.
No,
I want
here. Let me try to see if I can figure out the combination. by listening to it.
Anybody that wants to can give me a culture roll, history specification.
Ooh, that's my speciality.
Ooh.
Go, 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 go.
Can I do a finesse thing with the locker for a moment to try to see if I can hear anything?
Yeah, do a finesse roll.
Oh God! No, I got
so-
a 9.
Cecily,
Oh, no.
you cannot remember the life of whose locker this is, but it's like an artist thing. Like, you know, it's somebody that they do art. So it's weird that anyone can find anything in this locker, because normally it's just art supplies. So whatever's going on is weird. With an 11,
Yes.
you have the first 2 numbers. Unless someone's going to bother you, you might be able to finesse the third to open it without breaking it. But you're going to do a finesse roll again, and we're going to see if you get that all-important turn to, what is it, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right.
Right, yeah.
So now you got to do that final
Okay.
all-inclusive turn to the right with the finesse roll. Let's see how you do.
10. Critical success.
You just so happen to luck in that final pop open,
Oh, hey!
no power
I
coin, but the
probably
silver
shouldn't-
thing is
Nothing is in there?
the silver watch doodad
Okay.
is there, but it doesn't have like a face on it. It's round and it has like 3 silver bars atop of it. It's the wrist communicator from MMP.
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
how to describe it. Look it up if there's a picture of it on Facebook.
I'm gonna
But
look
it's-
around like the rest of the locker, like, who's this?
I have one literally in front of me right now.
Yeah. But the
Nice.
people listening to the podcast won't be able to see it. So we'll have to Google a picture of it. But it's the wrist communicator. It's
And just
not-
one?
Just one. It's exciting.
I'm
Is it
gonna
the only
reach
thing
out.
in the locker?
It seems like it's the only thing that I see.
Yeah,
You
the
guys
power
see
coin
anything
is-
different?
Person's watch. Why isn't it?
There are art supplies in it. Cecily, you recognize your friend Alex's signature, meaning they did not clean out their locker, but that is pretty much par for the course with them. They are a very busy person. They're like Brick, but if Brick was an artist, like art is their thing. So that's your friend Alex's locker, and they had this little silver thing, and apparently people really wanted to get into this locker. Give me an alertness check, Cecily.
Is anybody here really good with weird alien technology?
Oh my gosh, I got a 3.
Cecily, you don't notice a thing out of the corner of your eye. Again.
I mean, just on the off chance that anybody's familiar with weird alien technology here.
Do you know that
you
it's
have-
alien? Can I take a look at it? I want to take a look at it.
Yeah, here.
If you want to look at it, give me a technology roll. If you have a grid tech specialization, now is a good time to use it. But a basic
Yeah.
technology roll will still
Keep
do.
throwing that one at us.
Am I able to do a
How do we
an
know if
assist
we have
for Brick?
How do we know if we have that?
I don't think any of us
Technology.
do.
Yeah, technology is under smart. Anyone can choose to take it when they upgrade themselves. So you can
Yeah.
specialize.
Yeah.
I
but
might
what-
learn it.
Yeah, once you've chosen the specialization, that's the specialization. Yeah, give me a technology roll. Anybody wants to give me a technology roll?
Yeah, I can roll it. Brick, you, or would you prefer?
So let's give it a try.
Okay, I'm thinking that I am grabbing this out of your hand because
Oh,
I'm,
Eddie's just doing it.
oh. I mean, I also rolled it. I just rolled
Oh, you did?
1, 2, and I got a
Wow.
19.
He rolled much gooder.
You know, I feel like
So,
I'm left out. I'm gonna roll in.
I do it.
Oh, I have no
Oh!
idea.
Okay,
What's
I
wrong with
grabbed-
you?
I grabbed the morpher out of whoever was holding its hand, and I just start pressing buttons because I'm
Oh no!
bound and determined
I'm-
to get it.
I'm not sure on how this works, but I'm pretty sure that's a bad thing.
I'm
If there's
bound
any
and
red
determined
buttons,
to,
don't hit the red buttons. No offense, Jane.
Figure out what's going on here.
So Brick, you are hitting buttons, but really it was the first button that you hit when you grabbed it out of Quentin's hand that mattered. It makes that. Cecily, does your wrist communicator make the noise? Because I can't make the noise in real life.
No, mine does not.
Can you mimic the noise of the wrist communicator doing the call motion, the call sound?
I think John can.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So it chimes. It does chime.
Oh, doot, doot, doot. Yeah, There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's the noise you want. So it does chime, but you can't seem to make the timing happen again. Cecily, give me an alertness roll. And please
Oh,
go
I'm just-
higher than a 3.
What is going on? I'm trying so
Jane,
hard.
also, Jane,
You
give me an
got this.
awareness roll. I'll actually give you an awareness roll with Edge for the amazing thing.
I got a
Nice.
16.
It is 16.
Finally.
Finally, Cecily and Jane both noticed this. All five of you in one place, hovering around this communicator. It times again once, but then for the brief second, it flashes with the lightning of each of your dino buckler colors, and then it stops chiming altogether, and it smokes a little bit. That was not supposed to happen. Even anyone with no technology knowledge knows that this thing needs some rehabilitation after that.
I didn't mean to break it.
I mean, you did kind of go ham on that.
Can I try to see if I can fix it? Not having any idea what this thing is, clearly.
Give me a technology roll for how long that's going to take.
Okay.
I will tell you how long it's going to take.
21. Critical success.
It does.
Wow.
I mean, it looks basically like a watch. I mean, watches aren't hard to put back together, especially modern watches.
Yeah, as long as
Like
when you take them apart, you put them back together in the exact same order. And then
You have 20 minutes with it to do this, and after the first 2 minutes, and I'm going to let anyone do the conversation you want to, but in 2 minutes time, Jane, you're going to smell the aroma of high karate wafting toward the locker. So Quentin's going to start fixing it, and y'all can talk amongst yourself while that happens. But in about 2 minutes time, Jane is going to smell high karate just a second before everybody.
So maybe we shouldn't hit things.
right. Well, I'm sitting there like trying to work on it and everything with what makeshift tools I have at the moment.
Okay.
Like a ballpoint pen and the various things.
You can lend
a
assistance.
coin as a screwdriver. Yeah.
I will allow lend assistance if someone else wants to use a technology roll to try to
Yeah.
shorten.
Does
I'll-
anybody?
I'll jump in and help.
Yeah.
I'll give-
Please.
And you are an out-of-the-box Blue Ranger, so you don't have to use technology. If you think you have another skill that can be helpful to lend assistance to this, because you are a non-traditional Blue Ranger, I will allow you to state your case for a non-technology to help fix this system.
Is there any way I could use finesse? Because I am finessing the parts back into place, seeing how they move
I think it
together.
would take a lot of dexterity.
It has
watch pocket.
it has a whole bunch of buttons, and Brick maybe pressed 1 or 2 in. It looks like it's a little older, but you're familiar with older things.
Yeah.
Like it's both new and somehow at the same time. So yeah, you can lend assistance. We're going to bump that down to 10, but that means as the principal Kaplan and Mr. Appleby come around the corner, you're going to get a snag on that question that they're going to ask. They don't
Oh.
know.
Oh no.
I didn't help at all. I didn't help. I anti-helped.
But you did make it work.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't anti-help.
But you are going to both get snagged because you are distracted. But so Jane, you smell high karate.
We need to put that away now. The principal's coming. I can smell his cologne. You need to put that away now.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get it all together in one
Can I
singular thing.
Can I see if I can go distract them since I know they're coming?
Yeah, you can. You can give me performance because this is not. You're not
Yes.
taunting.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
just give me a performance.
I
Jane.
would love to because I have some. I've put some points into that.
Can I go with him and help him?
Not if you're going to. Wait, who said that? I didn't actually see.
Jane, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're not helping with the one. So you totally.
15.
He doesn't need my help. But
And I assume we're working on this on the floor in the hall.
You can do it in the locker.
That's-
You can
that
do
was
it on
my
the
assumption.
floor. You can decide.
My assumption was we're doing it on the floor, and I'm going to go to Eddie and be like, "Hey, Eddie, get out your card. Make it look like we were, playing with him." That's why we're.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
idea. Actually, I kind of want to show this one to someone, and I start rambling on some rules that I'm feeling out a little bit.
You're gonna get a second snag, Cecily and Quentin. I'm not gonna tell you when it happens.
Oh,
But,
God.
We'll just bring him on.
Eddie has a very compelling voice, and you're trying to do things at once. And so Brick is gone to the principal, Captain Jane. What would you like?
I'm going to go with Brick.
Go with Brick.
Yeah, I got a 19 on performance.
All right. So
I also rolled a 15 on that performance roll.
I love that journey for both of you. So Principal Kaplan and Mrs. Appleby think they're about to head around the corner, but like they seem to pause. They didn't expect that. And for just a second, it's like they're breaking character in a play. Like they're not themselves, but it's a blink of a second. It's like in the Matrix 1 with the cat and then seeing the cat again.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
It's a glitch in the Matrix again.
Just like my parents this morning.
And Principal Kaplan goes, Kerrigan, did you make a new friend today during your test? Looking at Jane.
Oh, hey, Principal Kaplan. Yeah, this is Jane. Actually, we were just looking for you guys. We were wondering, it's our last day of junior year, and we were just thinking, is there anything we can do to help you guys out? Do you need anything? Maybe is there something in your office you might have forgotten about? I'm really feeling, I'm just so happy to be a part of this student body.
We want to get more involved in the community.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to kind of like help you guys out? What's going on?
Principal Kaplan kind of looks around like Eddy did earlier for a candid camera. Principal Kaplan is like, he's very gruff on me. Like, it's like a kind gruffness. It's very much like a prim and proper. He's not used to students volunteering. He's used to voluntelling them to do things. And so Principal Kaplan, stunned, doesn't even get the chance to ask the question, which would have been the snag. So the first snag has actually been taken away, which is really great for you for a reason. Mrs. Kaplan just kind of giggles and goes, "Oh gosh, wouldn't that be lovely? It's such a wonderful..." We were looking for people to help with the picnic presentation pre-planning committee.
Right. Picnic, yeah. Yeah, picnic, totally. Great idea. Is there anything specific you wanted us to get? Where should we do it? Oh, I have a great idea. Maybe the park?
Oh, I like that idea.
Gosh, right. you kids are just reading my mind today. We actually did decide in Student Leadership Council to actually put off a portion of the picnic tables at Fielding Community Park. You kids are so smart. Like I always said, Rick, if you, I can't remember what it was. Let's just pretend that she gave you like one of those great pat on the shoulders, but like practically just being like, good job on using your brain, kind of thing. And Principal Kaplan kind of snaps to you and says, "Good job, young man, good job." And he looks at Jane and says, "Are you also into joining one of our fine sports teams at Angel Grove High Russell, I believe?"
Oh, I'm not really a sports person, but I was thinking about getting more involved in the theater department by helping build and paint the sets.
And Principal Kaplan turns to look at Brick and goes, good man, making friends that help expand your horizon." And in this case, instead of going through that whole conversation again, Mrs. Appleby is actually going to hand Jane the voucher this time and go, "We trust you kids to get something that's healthy, something that's wonderful, something to feed about 115. You should have enough money on this card to do it. Oh, and I have a wonderful idea, Principal Kaplan. We're going to send Mr. Bulkmeyer and Mr. Stolovich to help. I know they're kids that just need a little bit of extra help, a little bit of good friends to help them make better decisions in life. And I think with your can-do attitude, you two especially could be really great in helping Bulkmeyer and Stolovich become upstanding men of society."
I think that that's what's best, but I mean, we have some other people. We have some friends that can help us. So we have enough people. We don't need you to send them with us.
Oh, it's no bother. And it is clear that Mrs. Appleby has already decided this is going to happen, and you're not going to help me get out of this.
Kind of haphazard, like I don't want to
Okay.
bulb that much.
Cecily and couldn't hear that, but Principal Kaplan and Mrs. Appleby, they're selectively not paying attention to any students that are around the corner and might be on the floor working on mystical,
Oh.
potential magical items.
All right,
Sorry.
all right. Cecily, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure you can do this. Just breathe.
I'm trying.
We got. I'm going to try to use persuasion to help,
Okay,
if that's possible.
Yeah, go for it.
Give it a little bit of.
I'm going to give it a shot and assist.
But one of you has to be doing the thing, and one of you has to cheer the other one on.
Yeah, I'm trying
Okay.
to cheer
Who
her
has to
on, but
do-
Okay, what is my role?
Actually, I'm going to have you do a survival roll. If you
Oh.
have a cartography specialty, now's the time to use it. But if you don't, survival's fine.
Okay,
Uh,
I don't.
I got a 6 on that.
You're not helping. You're making.
No.
You're adding pressure. You are adding pressure.
Oh,
I got a
Because I'm-
10.
Just making her mindful of her breathing now, not helping with
I got a 10, so I didn't do great.
Got a 10. I
That's a
want.
success.
Eddy,
Yeah.
Eddie, I want you to give me a finesse.
20.
Okay, so
Nice.
you know how you were trying to show off that person?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually really useful into what you needed. Almost like you were supposed to be there at that exact moment to help Cecily and Quentin push in some sort of thingy or twist the knob. You were there. Blue panel, as Simon says, right before the timer was finished.
kind of like the width of a card was exactly the spacing of the part we needed.
And I have no idea I helped.
You had no idea you helped unless someone wants to say thank you and realizes that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks. This card was exactly what we needed.
Yeah, I know. They're real fun.
No, to fix the watch.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You have 10 minutes left. You are halfway through with your watch. You now have a voucher, Jane, and Principal Kaplan and Miss Appleby have just walked away. And lo and behold, as you and Britt come back around the corner from the opposite end of the hallway coming down from the computer lab, who knows what they were doing in there, are Bulk and Skull. Yes, that. Bulk and Skull are coming down the hallway. Their beady eyes are on Eddy. Bulk sees what he thinks is easy prey. Anyone that wants to give me an alertness roll to see if they see the predatory look in Bulk's eyes and open.
Not me.
Quentin, you are very invested in this
Yes.
risk indicator.
My mojo
So
has
that you're
gone
not even
bye-bye.
hiding it from Bulk and Skull, who
Yeah.
are known to pick on people. Jane, we got a 10. We got a 10 from Jane. Anybody else in alertness being Bulk and Skull?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm rolling a 21. My job is distracting today.
So Britt, you were in a baseball game once where there was a catcher that made that exact face that Bulk is making in Eddy's direction. Exact same attitude. It wasn't a good day. You got beamed in the arm because of that catcher, actually.
Well, I know that look well. I'm gonna kind of go up to Bulk, wrap my arm around him, and go, "Hey, buddy, guess what? We're on a mission to get some food for the park for our little get together thing. I heard you got thrown in with that. Me too. So, what do you say, you and I and Jane over here, and I guess Skull can come too. Why don't you say we get a move on over that way, huh?"
Give me a mic.
11 critical success.
Bulk is not convinced. He goes hands off the merchandise, and he kind of wrestles away from you and goes, "What's wrong with you, Kerrigan? Why are you hanging out with these losers? You're a jock. You should know better."
Hey man, listen, the only losers are, no one's a loser around here, okay? This is Angel Grove. We're a group of very talented and
colorful
fun,
individuals.
Colorful individuals.
Hey, man. It'd be nice to hear you say something like that.
And Bulk says, actually, what does anyone else want to say? Because what's Bulk going to say to set in front of you?
I fumbled my alert, so I'm not actually involved in such conversation.
Yeah. Cecily failed too.
Yeah, we are way too focused on this weird watch thing.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't even worry about it, guys. They just, they were helping me study with my math test earlier. How do you guys do on that math test, by the way, huh? Really pretty tough. I Didn't think I was going to get through it, but you know what? My buddy Quentin here really gave me the things I needed to figure that out. So, if you guys ever need help studying, all right, you should look to this guy.
Yeah, well, I knew Quentin was a Four Eyes, and Skull goes, yeah, Four Eyes. And then
Four Eyes. You guys are so funny. Oh man.
And then both says, you know, you may think you know who makes the rules. You know who makes the rules? I make the rules. If this is my turn. And then Bulk punches a wall nearby. And it's at that moment I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative as we're both putting the buddy that's rolling.
Oh. What?
Give me your initiative once you have that.
Quentin got a 10.
Okay. What did James get?
16.
16. Eddy, what was your initiative?
Eddy has a 12.
All right. And we'll go Britt. What was your initiative? 7. And Cecily, what was your initiative?
I got a 21.
Well, that's unfortunate because I'm going to have you re-roll that. I'm also going to have Quentin re-roll because you're both mad. You're still 10 minutes away, so you're actually going to be surprised. So you're not going to be able to do anything.
Well, I might have re-rolled, but Quentin still got a 10.
Okay, so, well, it was meant to be. And then what was your re-roll, Cecily?
18.
18.
Nice.
So I'm not going to put a map up for this because it's an American school hallway. So no matter what you do, you can reach them. I am going to let you know that all the rules of combat are in play. You are not in your power armor, so you do not get the +1 toughness. But you can change that. And what is required for you to morph, for these first few games especially, is you're going to have to hit a base difficulty. You're going to have to get a score of 12 or higher on culture, because that coordinates with rhythm. So you're going to need a score of 12 or higher in culture in order to attempt to and I'm not going to tell you what to do. You don't have to. Zordon did say one of the rules is to try to do other things before you try to that's what you're doing on Saturday yesterday. And so we're going to go in order, and I rolled for the putties. And the first one to go is sadly Cecily, but you are surprised you are in growth. So you can look up and see the putties or see the putty teeth. But
Are we still trying to fix the watch?
You have 10 minutes left. We're still trying to fix the watch.
So I guess you could try to notice the putties and be like, still fix the watch or something.
Yeah, Cecily, what do you want to do?
I'm going to let Quentin know. I'm like, Quentin, we have company.
What? Oh man, those guys.
And she's like,
man.
and
the worst.
Since she's pretty battle ready as a human, I think she'd probably go towards at least trying to defend Quentin and the thing.
You are surprised. You can't actually...
I can't do anything. Never mind.
Yeah, you're also on the ground, so you'd have to get up, and you'd also have to figure out what you're going to do with the risk communicator you are currently working on. You have a lot of things against you right now.
Yeah, I say we scoot off to the side.
I will give you your scooting as a free action, and you are the opposite end of the hallway. So full controller on the left, you're on the right.
Okay.
All right. So that's Cecily. And then Jane. Vulcan Scholar Putty. Surprise!
Looking around, do I see anything in the hallway that I could use as a weapon, maybe?
There is one of those giant black trash cans that are kind of rubber and thick, I guess, for lack of better terminology.
Well, thank goodness it's not like a spatula. I got hit with that.
I would like to pick up the trash can.
Give me a brawn roll.
Ooh, I got a 19.
Okay, it's heavy because it has stuff in it, but you don't spill any of the stuff. So it is a full trash can of things, but here You have that. You just had the luck where you grabbed it the right way, where nothing spilled out. So like, you don't have any like discarded Snapple juice on you or anything like that. It's actually like you're clean, and it's heavier than it would normally be, but that's not the problem.
Would I be able to carry it over to one of the putties and try to smack one, or is that too many?
You're not gonna be able to smack them. I think because you picked it up, I'm gonna say picking it up was kind of your thing.
Okay.
But you have it out the ready.
Okay. Then I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, Eddy, there are putties, and you're doing card trips on the floor.
At this point, I'm going to completely forget about the cards in their plane, prioritizing possible danger to people that I'm considering friends nearby. And yeah, I'm just going to like get up and kind of like body check one of the putties.
Ooh, you're going to body check a putty. Give me a mic.
I've gotten 11.
You body check them. It doesn't go down, but you do send it back a step, and you are now just right in front of it.
Sounds good.
Quentin, I think you're surprised, aren't you? So I think you're surprised.
Yeah, Cecily was able to let me mention it, so I noticed it a little bit, but I think I'm still surprised because I was so focused.
You are still surprised.
Yeah. I'm going to continue trying to fix this watch, if that's
Give
possible.
me a technology roll. We'll see if you can speed it up.
Okay. And being that it seems like we're somehow cosmically involved in this whole watch thing with Eddy's card helping us or whatnot, would I be able to narratively say that like I can pull out the foil wrapper from the granola bar I had and use that to like connect to
pulling
things?
something
Yeah.
pulling something out of your bag is a free action.
Mhm.
So that wouldn't affect the roll. But
So I'm just going to try to MacGyver the rest of the watch together.
great. Give me that technology roll.
18. Critical success.
You have cut it by 3/4. You are approximately 2 minutes away from having done this, whether it's desperation, adrenaline, or that you saw the foot of a putty. You are
It was that MacGyver episode I watched.
the MacGyver episode. Always the MacGyver episode.
Now I just need some chewing gum and we're good.
All right, and so it is the putty's turn because they've rolled at me. So Eddy, one putty notices you and is going to attempt to push you back. They're going to try to body check you.
Good luck. Hopefully that wasn't foolish bravado just now.
Okay. What is your tough defense
16.
version? So 16. So if my putty patroller rolls anything under a 16, it doesn't move. So we'll see what they get.
Would the toughness have gone up when I increased my strength?
Because it's all the same category. So yeah. So like when you get a point in it, because it's 1-for-1.
Does it automatically calculate for this?
Yeah, It did for
sheet?
me anyways when I upped
Okay,
them.
then it probably did for me.
It's like
too.
10
Never mind.
plus your attribute.
Yep, just want to make sure that happened. Thank you.
Let's see how they did.
Yay!
So that putty, because putties are not as strong as they think they are. These putty patrollers are maybe not as strong. They're still putty patrollers. But the 8 means that tries to check you, but there was like an errant paper that kind of floated down off the clipboard or like one of those piston boards, and they tripped a little bit. So they're not grappling you, but they're like hugging you kind of. It's a little weird. And Quentin, the other putty patroller, is going to notice the riskiness of you. And they're going to run towards you. And how high is your evasion?
My evasion is 14.
Cecily, how high is your evasion?
Also 14.
All right. Hopefully that's good.
Hopefully. We'll see.
A 12. So you're not scared enough to drop anything, but a putty is bolting in your direction. But
All
luckily
right.
they are bolting, and it is Brick's turn.
Yes, it is my turn. All right, perfect. So I would have yelled during this whole thing. I would have asked Cecily and Quentin how long it's going to take. for them to finish that communicator. Quentin told me 2 minutes. So I'm going to just build up a bunch of courage, and I'm about to run into that putty and give him a big jump kick to the face to stop him from charging me.
I want you, this is going to be non-traditional, because you're building up courage and you're using kind of your pink ranger-ness of caring for your teammates. I actually want you to roll me intimidation.
Okay, I'm going to use a story. I've rolled a 5.
Yes, please use a story point and you roll that and feel the love that you have for your friends, hatred that you have to
How about
deal
this?
with.
How about I try something a little different? Obviously, intimidation was not the goal. I'm going to use my skills to my advantage. I still have my book bag on me.
Okay.
Is there a possibility that maybe I have a baseball inside that bag that I can use my targeting to throw at the putties?
I'm going to do you one better. If you get a 15 or higher, I will give you a baseball with your power coin on top of your baseball.
Okay. I'm rolling a targeting. Does this count as a specialization?
I will give that to you, yes, because you are the ranger, really. So I will give you. You would need like a specific thing for targeting normally, but I'm going to give this to you. I'll give it to you with an edge since you're the first one to spend a story point.
Oh, would you say over 15?
You had to get a 15.
Damn. I got a 14.
I will let you know for the grandeur of the story that you find the baseball, pluck it up, and the moment your hand connects with it, your caring and your power and your anger and righteousness flow through you. And for just a second, and everyone is going to see this, is not focused on the watch, a pink lightning will engulf the baseball.
I have to get rid of one of these stories.
Because then that targeting allows you to throw. So if you want to aim at the putty that's almost touching Eddy, or if you want to
I'm aiming at the putty that is like charging towards Cecily and Quentin.
If that putty had nose, it would no longer have a nose. It has stopped. It is stunned. The stun is not attacked in the next round. And we're back at the top of the round with Cecily. You are no longer surprised.
Huzzah.
You are no longer surprised because you did not see the pink baseball. But Cecily, it is your turn, and there are 2 putties, and it's a hallway, an empty American high school hallway. You and 5 of your friends. It's for you.
All right. So I think Quentin's got the communicator on wrap. So I am.
Yeah, it's only got 2 minutes left.
Exactly. Okay. So I was just going to have her punch something.
I'm going to give me an acrobatic to see if you can sweep or kick, because I don't think you've gotten up from the floor yet, right? You're still on the floor?
Yeah, I'm on the floor. I like a scoot.
Okay, so give me an acrobatic. Let's see if you can be a little hook. A 21.
Nice.
So so the putty that got beamed in the face with the baseball then gets sideswipe kick, shatters to the ground. Cecily, your shoe sparkles blue for just a moment as you did that, as like a sort of reward for respecting. You haven't brought the putty is not broken into a million pieces, but it's on the floor and you did some damage.
She's gonna do one of those neck crack things and be like, well, I'm glad that I took those classes.
Jane, it is your turn.
I want to hit one of the putties with this trash can that I was able to pick up.
Great. You are throwing / hurling, so give me an athletics roll.
Aw, I got an 8.
Yeah, there was something sticky on the trash can, so it actually came bouncing down, and it didn't you didn't fall with it, but it definitely it was a kind of a clumsy grip, womp womp moment, but you still have it, so it's still there. It just didn't help at all. Jane, I want you to give me a culture roll, actually.
A 3.
Okay, So never mind then. Eddy, you're being bear hugged by a putty. Give me a culture roll.
Culture. 15.
15. You were being bear hugged by a putty, and you instinctively realize that one, this putty is made of clay. It's more solid than you, more solid than you thought. Two, you just saw a few of your compatriots sparkle with their colors and lightning a little bit. And I want you to attempt to more.
Okay. So
The second you attempt to fight it, the second you think, I'm going to try to do this, your power coin is magically in your buckler. Like you see like the purple black lightning flickers in your buckler, and it's there when you need it.
all right. Let's give it a little bit of thought to like how this might look in this case. So I'm thinking like I instinctively go to try to push the putty's grip aside and notice that like my hand is already the armor's glove portion, and then from there I'm able to get enough room to where I can grab the medallion, and the rest of it essentially kind of continues to like grow over me with kind of that purpley black lightning kind of energy type deal.
Don't have the armor. You actually have it more.
So that would be the thought on the sequence at least.
Yeah, and for a second you thought you did it. For a second you were pretty sure. And if anyone was looking at Eddy at that moment, for a second it looked like he was in armor, and then he wasn't all of a sudden. And it's at that moment that the thing comes, the wrist communicator comes to life, it chimes again, and then you hear Alpha's voice over, Quentin and Cecily hear them, especially Alpha's voice over the communicator, and I need one of you to roll me culture for how much you're going to do.
Let me give that a shot.
Okay.
I should be good at that, but I always... Yep, you did great.
It's not been nice to you today.
It's not. It's like one of my highest things. I don't know why I'm so bad at it.
It just happens sometimes. That's how the dice work.
Are we all rolling culture?
You can all roll culture to hear if you heard it. Sure.
I just noticed everyone else was rolling culture, so
I mean, you can. It's a very tight space. American hallways are just not built for like a massive amount of people. Not well.
Yeah, right now Jane is definitely in the lead.
I did not hear
15.
anything.
Okay, so
We got Jane with a 15, Eddy with a 14, and Quentin with a 10.
yeah, Jane, Eddy hear this. Quentin, you're a little too close. So
Right.
It actually comes in as a bit of static. You hear every like fourth word, but it's clear as a bell for Jane and for Eddy, who just attempted this, by the way. And you hear, aye, Rangers! You made contact with 2 putty patrollers. You should try to transform using your power coins as long as you're alone. Those aren't the real Wolf and Skull, they're only pretending. And putties are bad. And because...
I feel like the only thing Quentin really made out at the end is just putties are bad.
putties are bad.
Putties are bad.
Yeah, so who is next in order? I think Eddy, you just went, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Or tried to at least.
Tried to. Quentin, it is your turn. You've just heard, putties are bad, and nothing else.
After a bunch of static, like, I'll try to kind of scoop up the way the communicator is right now and try to finish it if I can. That should be another technology, or would I be able to?
Give me finesse, because you're doing something as a steady action.
Okay. 10.
You latch it onto your wrist, and the second you do, everyone gets one on their... Not the putties, obviously.
Right.
The second you do it,
the whole school gets one on.
The whole school gets
everyone.
one. How
Is
embarrassing.
anyone else just imagining those slap bracelets?
Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
It's like that, but it's not painful. And Quentin, that's going to be your... That's going to be your turn, essentially. So, Eddy, this putty noticed that you tried to transform and weren't successful, and so they're going to try to punch you. And this is going to be against your toughness. So that putty got a 4. So they try to punch you, and they fail. They're used to being more intimidating than actually doing the work. So nothing happens to you. And the other buddy that is scrambling is going to try to kick out from under Quentin and send them scrambling to the floor with them. And so, Quentin, what is your evasion?
14.
You're going to have to, if this buddy gets 14 or higher, you're going to go but over 2 penalties.
Oh, and I'm a little teapot there.
You are a little teapot. You go to the floor, but you have a risk communicator now. So 1 problem down.
Right.
Only 1 to go, which is great. And speaking of 1 problem down, Brick, it is your turn.
I noticed the communicator that just appeared on my wrist, and I'm like shocked and confused, and I saw that ball leave my hand with pink lightning energy, and I'm starting to I didn't hear anything about transforming.
You heard what was your score on the
Very low, 3. I think.
Okay, well, you're gonna hear Alpha's voice go, aye, seriously, try to transform.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be like, transform. How do we do that? And then I'm gonna remember the buckle, but I don't the buckler, but I don't have a coin on me.
The second that you attempt to morph, you notice the buckler now has a coin in it.
Oh, yeah. So I grab
Just like it happened for Eddy. So
cool. I grab my buckler and just I see it and I raise it to the sky and I yell, what was my animal? Oh, right. Pink Falcon power!
and nothing happens.
Okay. Nothing happens.
This is wonderfully embarrassing.
Nothing happens. Not because you didn't want it. For a second, you feel that same power that you felt when you were anointed by Zordon, but it's so brief, and it's not like it failed, but something kept it from happening. And it's at that second that the entire room pauses. It stops, just like it did in the park that first day, and the 5 of you are transported back to the command center, and Alpha greets you and goes, aye, something went wrong.
I'll say.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Ow.
Zordon goes, Rangers, that was very disturbing to see. Something has gotten in the way of the morphing grid at your school. It is a puzzling thing that we will need to look into and see if we can figure out why you were not able to morph. Because you did touch the morphing grid, but you yourselves were not able to morph. And that is very puzzling to you.
Did I do it wrong? Maybe I should have. Is there a way to get the sky?
I don't know, man.
Is there a way to,
Really
you didn't tell us
Maybe
how to
a
do
squirrel?
this. Is there a way to?
Should he just
is
like
there a
raise
way
one
we
arm
were
and be like,
supposed
I
to
have
do
the
it?
power?
Wait, are you supposed to like have like one knee extended and like your other leg really far out until you're about to fall over?
Or like
Rangers.
superhero land?
Yeah, like a hero pose.
Rangers, you are thinking about this too much. Your heart knows how
You're all
to
over.
morph. Mr. Kerrigan, you were very close. You were the closest. And it concerns me that you were not able to morph in the school. And an alarm goes off, and the viewing globe that did not work the last time lights up, and it shows the picnic area, and it shows a whole bunch of people screaming and running away. And there is a monkey hyena hybrid in gold-plated armor carrying a sword and brandishing it at civilians. And Zordon goes, "This is one of Rita Repulse's lieutenants, Goldar. Is more shameless than they've ever been before. I believe they think that they are stronger than you. I believe you should try again, and if it doesn't work this time, I will transport you back. But you must try again, and we must work together to defeat bulldog, or at least temporarily immobilized.
If we don't succeed, you're just gonna Freaky Friday us again, or Groundhog Day, or whatever that was.
I do not understand the reference to this Freaky Friday or
Yes.
Groundhog Day.
Yes. We will be teleported. So, yeah, let's go. Let's take on Hyena Goldman.
I'm going to have all of you. I actually want you to do your morphing sequence in the command center. And so I'm going to have you go again, Britt, how you did it before. And this time it's going to work. So go for it again.
Oh my god, okay. All right, I'm gonna take my buckler and I'm gonna raise it up and I'm gonna yell, Pink Falcon power!
And the way that you felt the first time you put that power armor was known to you, you feel that again. You feel tougher, you feel energized, you feel the power of the Pink Falcon flowing through you, and everyone else actually sees Britt transform into the Pink Falcon Ranger. And so it is possible, and it has happened now. And so anyone else that wants... Actually, I'm going to have everybody roll a d20 to see what order you do it. Okay, so it's going to go... Cecily is going to go with a 19, and then it's going to be Quentin, and then it's going to be Eddy, and then it's going to be James. So we're going to go in that order. Rick has transformed into the Pink Falcon Ranger, and it's Adwell, it is your turn.
Well, I'm imagining that there is blue sparkles that kind of start at her feet when she grabs her dino buckler. Her unicorn buckler.
It can be dinosaurs. It's okay. Mystical creature buckler.
Mystical creature buckler. And she'll say, blue unicorn power! And like, I'm imagining like very magical girl sequence where all the blue kind of like laps up her legs. And like, there's like, and like, you can see like the silhouette of like a unicorn behind her, but then like as it fades away, like the horn is like right by where her hand is, and it like all kind of fades upward into her transformation.
Yeah, Quentin, you got to follow that. So don't feel pressure. Everyone, it's a hard thing as much as anything else. So like,
Right, that's
okay.
great.
Don't feel pressured, Andrew, but just know that I'll love you a little bit less if you don't want to put you.
Right. Don't feel pressured, but there's pressure.
Don't feel pressure, but everybody is watching. Yeah.
As they
She set the curve, bro.
Yeah, right. All right, so I'm going to look around and apparently do this a half second before Eddy gets the chance. Hold my belt buckle up and everything, and just be like, Yellow Sabertooth power!
So you are the Yellow Ranger. You have kind of that Sabertooth Tiger helmet going on, and you are gold and white, super neat. And Eddy is kind of hard to get.
So this time Eddy's kind of been a lot more confident in the process. He finally realizes what he didn't really do before. Kind of still has that same general feeling of like almost as if feeling like the gloves are kind of ombre there, but it's just kind of like the energy around him as he's grabbing the buckler, and he thrusts it up in the air, very similar to how he saw the pink comrade do it, and shouts out Black Mastodon power as the energy overtakes the rest of the form, and by the time the blinding black light is gone, then the armor remains.
That's great. Yeah, it definitely feels there's definitely a strength that comes along with that. If you want to like pump your arms or something, like in like a arm pumping. And Jane, you have watched all of this. It is your.
So Jane watches all of her new friends transform into their armor, and she holds her buckle out and yells red T-Rex power, and a red shimmering mist kind of envelops her, and as it fades away you hear the roar of a T-Rex, and she is in her armor.
All right, and so Zordon goes, "Congratulations, Rangers. I knew the power was inside of you all along. We'll work to figure out what was going on, but right now we're going to transport you to the park. is you can take care of Lieutenant Gold. I need everyone to give me a finesse roll for if you actually land impressively, or if it's less impressive than you want it to.
Jane got 11.
Oh,
We have a question.
I have
The
an
tragic capable of anything, I can reroll a snag in any scene, but that's a failure, not a snag, right?
That is a failure. A snag is something I give
Different,
to you.
okay.
You can use a story point to re-roll that finesse.
So I'd like to use a story point, but more in a representation of less of it being kind of just finesse graceful. So maybe just like lands like practically makes a crater where he lands instead, like just something solid.
Great, yeah. So it's the same picnic area as before, except this time there's no people. And we're going to say that your blade blaster, or 75 feet, you're in range. But in order to use your blade blaster or anything else, or to do any kind of karate, you're going to have to actually go up to Goldar. I'm going to have everybody roll me initiative for this.
I have a feeling it's like that fight in some of those video games where the first one you're meant to do.
Well, I'm not going to know that until I get things done.
Brick rolled a 9.
Oh, that's Cecily got an 11.
Jane got a 6.
Eddy got a 19.
Quentin got a 23.
Goldar got a 1. So he's just sitting there he's making the Goldar noises that he does. So he's using his weird growly voice to do a lot. He's gonna kind of
Before we start the combat, on our character sheet, do we click the equip for our armor now?
yeah, go ahead and click the equip for armor, and if it doesn't add a point, then just remember it's +1 toughness for that armor, and that will just make you slightly less problematic to his attacks. But yeah, so just remember you do have a +1 toughness in your Power Ranger light armor here. So just remember, just do a +1 for whatever you get. That's what we'll do. So all of you land as your Power Ranger self. You're in the park. You are alone with a Goldar who believes he's better than you. Quentin, you are up.
All right. Goldar, you said, looks like a rather large kind of humanoid hyena.
He's like a hyena, monkey, human hybrid thing. It's very complicated. He's an alien. He comes from the planet where people.
Right. Sword and shield.
No shield, has a sword and
Armor.
not a ranged monster. Uses a sword and some.
I'm gonna just move up to him and try to essentially get his attention in the hope that my teammate can kind of circle around him and flank him.
Give me intimidation.
15.
15. What do you want to say to Goldar?
I would just go up towards him and be like, "Hey, hyena guy, there's only one person here that can be gold, all right?"
Hyena, that's racist.
Now Quentin feels a little guilty. Yeah, he didn't realize that would be.
He likes your optimism. Eddy, you have landed wherever you have landed in this picnic area, and Quentin has run up to taunt Goldar.
I'm going to try to take the opportunity, because I'm really eager in the whole aspect of the combat and not really thinking too terribly strategically. I got this blaster thingy. I'm going to try to pop a shot at the distracted lion man.
All right, give me targeting at the little lion.
I rolled a 1.
You got so excited that you almost hit Quentin.
Yeah, I was just like, "Hey, wrong gold guy. Hit the one with the fur."
Cecily, there's been some friendly fire on the field.
Well, I'm going to try to go after. I'm just going to try to get in between basically Eddy and Quentin to stop that, but then also try to focus my energy on Goldar.
What is the goal for what you want?
I would like to try and hit him with my blade blast. I have to get really close though for the blade blaster, right?
It's a 40-foot reach, so if you get to the fort, I'm gonna give you that.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that 40 feet. Give me a finesse because that is the blade blaster attack roll. And anything.
I got an 18.
Goldar's toughness is a 16. you actually cause him to stumble a little bit, and he growls at you, like, in anger. You actually did a bit of damage to him.
Nice. Perfect.
And he smokes a little bit, and his body does that, like, twisty robot anime move where it's like, you can't believe you got hit, but you're trying not to show you got hit. He doesn't fall over, but he stumbles backward, and now his sights are set on you, and he's not a happy camper. But he's evil, so who cares?
You know, he had it coming.
He only had himself to blame, and Britt, it's your turn. You only have yourself to blame if you miss your turn.
All right. Well, I feel the power of the pink falcon soaring through my blood.
Awesome.
And I noticed Eddy try and shoot with his blaster earlier, so I'm gonna try and do the same thing and yell at Goldar.
But with flowing falcon power.
I'm gonna yell at Goldar, "Hey, Goldilocks, incoming!"
Please use targeting.
11.
You do manage to shoot, but you hit a part of the armor. It doesn't bounce off and hit anyone else, but it bounces off. You did not make toughness for that. Toughness is just you could have had your shot. But you aimed and you didn't hit Quentin, which is the important thing to remember, not to hit.
More gooder than I did.
Good job, Britt. And so Jane, Quentin didn't get hit that time. People are shooting things. What are your thoughts, Jane?
I would like to. I want to get in melee range as well, and I want to try to use the Blade Blaster as a melee weapon.
Blade Blaster is a melee weapon. You can get as close as you want up to right into Goldar's face, or you can do it from the top of the basketball court and do a pounce like Cecily did.
I want to get in his face, and I want to get all up close and personal.
In that case, give me a might.
An 18?
An 18. You end up like blade blasting Goldar almost exactly where Cecily did, so it's like extra painful. And Goldar stumbles and doesn't fall, but kind of takes the knee. And they are not happy, and they go, "Red Ranger, my foe." Specifically now locked in gaze, you, and it is Goldar's turn. Goldar is going to run at you, Jane, to try to punch you.
Okay.
And I'm going to use might, and this is going to come up against your evasion. Which is
Well, hopefully more than I
we'll see. So I got a 1. Goldar gets up his feet and slips on some pebbles in the asphalt, and they don't go but over the kettle, but they don't actually get up because that one is not good. So yeah, leaves them in a very vulnerable position. So back at the top of the round, Goldar groans at you, "Stupid Rangers! You can't save this planet." Quentin, you've just been taunted by a monkey hyena in gold-plated armor.
Yeah.
With wings.
With wings.
Is it back to my...
Yeah, Quentin, it is
Awesome.
here at the top of the round.
What do you mean we can't save this planet? I'm pretty sure there's, some billions amount of people on this planet, and there's one of you. What can you really do against this planet?
Give me an intimidation roll.
Keep trying to keep what attention on me that I can. Oh,
Because you're puny. Look at you. There are only 5 of you.
I am kind of a small guy. You're all right. Yeah.
So you weren't as intimidating as you wanted to be.
No.
And his gaze is not even. He doesn't even look at you. Like, it's just super disrespectful. So it's disrespectful.
I mean, all right, that's fair. That's fair. You clearly look like you work out. You know, that sword does look pretty awesome.
Are you still talking? Eddy, it's your turn.
He is gonna keep talking, by the way.
At that point, I'm going to approach the hyena dude and wag my finger at him, saying, "You shouldn't be so rude to a nice person." And if it all can fit into one action, take a swing at him with the melee version of the shooter do. Blaster pistol.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
The melee version of that, of your blade blaster, give me finesse.
I've rolled an 8.
Goldar brings up his arm when he sees the slash coming, and he actually pushes you down to the ground. And he goes, one down, 4 to go. He doesn't actually hurt you, but like he feels like dishonoring you is enough to begin with.
Guys, he's not made of clay.
Cecily, you have just
Yeah, he's
heard
made of
that
hyena.
Goldar is not made of clay.
Well, I'm still a pretty good shot, so I don't have a lot of fears other than being bad at stuff. But sometimes it happens too. I'm gonna try to do the melee version of the blade.
Okay, the melee version of the blade blaster is always going to be a 10. You got a 14, but unfortunately that doesn't beat Goldar's toughness. And so it just kind of bounces off. Like you put like a wing, but delightful discovery, the wings are also made of gold, but like alien gold. So it's like, wings. They're not, yeah. So you made a discovery, and so that's good to know, is that the wings are, so after Cecily, we're going to go with Rick. Rick, you are up.
I'm just gonna keep trying to shoot at him. So this time I'm gonna go, "Hey, monkey breath, over here!" As I continue to shoot at him to hopefully do some damage.
He goes, what? Who's a monkey breath? You're a monkey breath. And you're just going to use targeting again for that.
Yep. No, a failure. 8.
You didn't hit Quentin. So Quentin is still not being hit, which is an important thing to happen. Yeah. So, Jane, it looks like you're not winning, but you're not losing. You're kind of winning. You gotten a couple hits in. So yeah, Jane, what do you want to do?
I want to melee him again.
I will remind everyone that in combat, you do have things you can do besides hitting. You can lend assistance to other people. You can plan for defense, do a contingency action. Yeah, just remind people those are options that you have. Melee with your blade blaster, or are you using your fist?
I'm gonna use my fist.
Use your fist. Give me might, because those are blunt weapons. Like you're the Tyrannosaurus, with a try.
14.
You don't hit the armor, but I am going to give you that you make Goldar's eyes water because you clock him right in the nose.
Yay.
Unfortunately, he didn't really like that, so now I'm going to do one of Goldar's weird special attacks. And you know those wings that he has that are very stable? He's going to
So
start...
he's a flying monkey.
Yes.
Right.
Flying hyena monkey, actually. I need everyone to give me acrobatics.
It rolled mine as a snag for some reason, but I got a 4, so.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but it's a thing. So
Yeah,
let's
auto
just
snag
go-
from skill.
let's just go down the line. What did everyone get for the acrobatics?
Cecily got a 12.
Jane got a 4.
Eddy got a 3.
I got a 14, and Rick got an 11.
Quentin, you're not moved very far back. You're just in like that one weird corner where you don't get as much wind as everyone else. Jane and Eddy, you're going to knock back into the picture. And you're going to both take the point of damage.
So that puts me at 0, because I only have 1 point of health. Am I
So
unconscious?
what happens is you are unconscious and you do more when you take this.
One chance to take 1 point.
Just 1 point of damage. It's at this point that Jane has taken damage because she's unconscious, and we're back at the top of the round. Quentin, you're still standing.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look over at this guy and be like, "Man, you really suck at that. With how small I am, you couldn't even make me fly away." And if I can say that while jumping at him to attack with daggers, that'd be great.
Yeah, give me, because it was impressive that you were not picked up and floated away with everyone else. Give me finesse with an edge.
A 21, critical success.
Yeah, you hit that joint right in the shoulder blade where the shoulder blade and the wing meets, and you actually, you get some purchase in there. I'm going to give you a chance to use might and to avenge Jane and to save the world. Quentin, if you can
No pressure
roll, if you can roll a 15 or higher on finesse, I'm going to give you this with the blade blaster again, no edge.
Okay.
If you roll a 15 or higher, you will be able to win this battle and get Jane back to command.
Can I use my knowledge of physics to help the levers somehow? Since I have a specialty in physics.
You can. Give me a science roll to see if I can give you an edge. Or
18 success.
you know exactly where you are. In fact, it's weird. It's kind of like one of the questions you had about trebuchets and catapults on the
On the quiz.
test. Call back to the test earlier. So I'm going to give you an edge on your finesse. Let's see if you can take Goldar down. Quentin Turner, yellow.
Yeah. Johnny has 2 daggers, and Hyena Man has 1 back. Oh no!
That was with the edge? That was a failure.
Yeah.
It's still
can I
in
spend my story point?
I'm going to let you spend your story point, but you don't get to re-roll with edge.
Okay.
You only get the 1 roll. But I'll let you spend the story point.
Yeah. What would the story point do for that?
The story point means that Goldar is so annoyed by feeling any pain that even though your grip slips from your blade blaster for just a moment, he didn't notice that you reached back in and grabbed it again. And so
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
yeah. I'll definitely spend that. Oh no!
Sadly, Goldar does notice the second time you grab it, and his wing comes along, and he pushes you out to where the chain link fence is. And then it's going to be Eddy's turn.
Okay, so last time we left our hero, I was knocked on my back and scolded, and then also hurt because that action put me through some pig tape.
But you're still conscious and you're still Morphin.
Yeah, thankfully, I'm still get up on my feet. Does Jane look like she's in any immediate danger or anything? Is anyone else kind of already gone for help that I may have not realized already?
Jane is unconscious, not moving, and no longer in power armor.
In that case, I'm honestly kind of thinking that it'd be better if I were to kind of go scoop her up and try to get away from the fight.
Okay, I'm going to give you a lend assistance. I want you to give me a culture roll for Grizzlor. We're going to see if you manage this.
And 7, darn!
So you scoop, you go over to Jane, and the second you reach her, your armor kind of reacts.
You know what? I'm going to spend another story point. Story point for this one. This feels important.
Because you haven't done it in this scene yet, so it's perfectly fine because it's a different scene. So do it again.
Okay.
Give me a culture roll again.
Yes.
Well, the Morphin grid senses a ranger in distress, and the second you get to Jane, you teleport both of you out of there back to the command center. We're going to actually come back to that, and we're going to do just one last round here. And so we're going to have Cecily and Griffin. What we're going to have you, and then we're going to go to the center. So Cecily,
I want to try to give him a punch, one last punch, because I saw that happened, and
do it with all your might. Give me a might. Give me that
Can I help her with this at all? Can we both punch at the same time since our turns are right next to each other?
How close are you to?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. So
I assume since we were all kind of
fighting
Goldar, we were all kind of in the same.
I'm going to give you lend assistance, and you're both going to roll might, and whoever rolls the higher, I'll give that to both of you.
oh, I got an 8. You got a 9?
You try it. You try it real hard, and Goldar laughs in your face but says, I think I've proven my point. And as Goldar is wont to do, which you will find out more and more the longer you know Goldar, unpleasantly enough, Goldar does a thing where he disappears into thin air, and you are left alone in the park with your thoughts, the three of you.
I'm gonna go over to Cecily and Brick, like, oh man, clearly that guy's never missed wing day at the gym.
Yeah, looks like it. Maybe next time we should come up with a plan of attack.
Yeah. I was trying to keep his attention, but yeah, we didn't really have a plan of what to do after that.
So bad.
Yeah, so do I. Really happy Eddy got her out of here. She took a really hard hit.
Everyone roll me closer to see if any of you can figure out how to, or not more, how to add an element.
14. Wow.
Brick, as the Pink Ranger, again, and I cannot stress this enough, the Pink Ranger is all about love between the Rangers and kind of always being there to assist. And your desire is driving you crazy to get back to the command center to make sure Jane's okay. So you're going to reach for your Dino Buckler and go find Jane, and you are going to teleport back to the command center in a pink blaze of glory.
I can't believe we failed like that. I just need to make sure Jane's okay. Help me find Jane, Morpher.
That's exactly what happened. And this leaves Cecily and Quentin alone in the park. And there might be people coming along shortly, so you should probably decide what you want to do.
Usually I think we just follow him, right?
Yeah, I think we need to hightail it out of here.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to mimic correct movement exactly, and just try to will myself to be where Jane and Brick and Eddy are.
And it's a little clunky. It's not quite as graceful, but then it's the Pink Ranger, so what you're going to do. You do figure it out, that it's kind of about connectedness and about, side view.
If anyone was going to have grace close to the pink, I would think yellow would be closest.
I got there eventually.
You get there, yeah, but you're new. It's not.
It's not inherent.
You're not.
Right.
And then Cecily, are you following as best you can?
Yeah, giving it a shot. Definitely a little bit like.
Hand goes out like this,
stupid?
hips kind of move around a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, this is so weird.
Maybe
It's
I'm thinking about it
weird.
too much.
It's weird, but it works.
Yeah, no.
And the scene as you arrive at the command center is Alpha 5 has Jane propped up on this extended barber chair thing, and he's using one of those Deep Space Nine wand sick bay things.
Oh yeah.
Looking over her, and Cecily, what you hear as you arrive is, aye, she'll be okay. It'll just take time to recharge. She'll need to stay here for a couple of hours so she'll be able to wake up.
And Eddy would probably have gone caretaker mode kind of thing, just helping out.
Yeah. Zordon is it is fine, Mr. Thatch. Alpha will do a good job taking care of her. You did a good job fighting Goldar. And as the rest of you arrive, he congratulates you on your work. And so Goldar is a formidable foe. A great general is Rita repulsed. I am very proud of the work you've done and proud of the heart and teamwork you've shown today. You may not have won this particular battle, but you will eventually win as you grow in strength and you learn to trust each other. In a couple of hours, Jane does wake up. Alpha comes out of some weird space-time continuum black hole and brings you all milk and cookies that are like Belvitas.
Comes out of the void.
But they actually they're Belvitas that work and they make you all feel better. And Zordon says, no, trust me, you did a good job in his Zordon speak. This was your first mission together as Rangers. You've learned a lot about yourself and each other. Session 1 is officially ended. There is a mystery, though, of what has been done to hinder your ability to tap into the Morphin grid. Everyone's just going to have to stick around to find out. I will let all the Rangers know as we sign off that you have advanced to level 2, and I will let you know what that means for each of your characters. But you have the power, but beyond that, what I will say is to our listeners and to my players, thank you for being here, and I wish everyone a wonderful good night. I hope the power will protect you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.